Hello everybody and welcome again to another Battleground Games Live! I'm Andrew and welcome to the Loft at Battleground Games and Hobbies in Abington, Massachusetts. For those of you unfamiliar with us, Battleground Games and Hobbies is your friendly local game store in the greater Boston, Massachusetts area with 3 convenient locations. One up in Saugus on Route 1, one down in Norton, and this location here in Abington that has a convenient loft where we can stream from. Normally we stream some painting streams and we stream some board game streams every Friday night, but we are doing some bonus streams. We're doing some D&D streams, which brings us to today. Happy St. Patrick's Day, or not to anybody who's watching this on the YouTube channel when it's not St. Patrick's Day. We're going to play some D&D. Why don't we introduce ourselves and then we'll get into episode 2 of Ravnica Rising, which is our adventure in Ravnica. The episode title for today is Investiture Party.
Hi, I'm Amanda, and I am playing Avonin, the Devkaran elf monk, who is a member of the Golgari Swarm.
Hi, I'm Amy. I am playing the Vidalcan Izet wizard, Harmato EA.
I'm Andrew, or as some of you may recall me as 10 Rabbit Bears on Twitch. I am playing Gardon, the Minotaur Life Cleric of the Selesnian Conclave. I said it semi-right today.
You got there.
Yeah, I got there. It was a struggle, but I got there. Yeah, so that's that.
Hi, I'm Jules. You may know me as Insidious Spy. You might see me having bitch fights with Lobster of Revenge sometimes. Not now, I'm playing a game. I'm playing Cassia Vinemane, the Centaur Druid, also of the Selesnian Conclave. See, I can't do it either.
You know what? At least somebody else is there with me again.
It's a rough word.
Yeah.
It's hard. That's why we're on Rumspringa, because
Yep.
we can't say it right.
Yep.
And I am Sarah. I am playing Morgana Belshimmer, the Simic Sorceress.
So with that, we are going to play episode 2. We'll see you in a couple of moments. Oh, actually, don't forget to turn off the chat.
I know for the souls, and also bye. We're closing this thing now.
We don't have chat.
No distractions.
Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Ravnica Rising. Welcome to the plane of Ravnica, where last month, if you joined us, our crew of adventurers were thrown into a mystery. They were mistaken for an inspector, the Inspector Abodes, who supposedly lived at one time in the cellar of the 221st warehouse on Baker's Row. They decided to take on the quest that he had. Just getting that. They decided to take on his task, which was to locate the missing Eye of Azor, a staff that is to be used in an investiture ceremony, which is scheduled to take place in just a couple of days. Today is the 29th of Dazo, the month of Dazo, and on the 1st of Praz, Investiture Day takes place. So, Investiture Day is a wonderful and exciting occasion for all the citizens in Ravnica, especially for the Azorius Senate. The Azorius Senate is the portion of the Ravnica elite who are invested with the rule of law. They are responsible for creating laws, with adjudicating them, with making sure that everybody has a lawful and equal representation.
Sure.
They are not, however, immortal. So occasionally, new judges have to come in. And that's what Investiture Day is. And it is a massive party. It is a huge ceremony. Outside of the Senate, there will be people thronging the streets in celebration of the togetherness of Ravnica. Although Ravnica does have a lot of rivalry between the guilds, this is a day when everybody comes together to celebrate, and many of them will be dressed in black, red, and for some reason this year especially green, the three colors not represented by the Azorius Senate, to show their solidarity with Azorius. So this is a huge party that is going to be happening, and supposedly this Eye of Azor, this staff, our group here, they're sort of outcasts. They're not as familiar with the ways of Ravnica, but supposedly this staff is somehow important to this revelry and to the ceremony. So the staff has been stolen, and I will let the players tell us what they have figured out about the circumstances of the theft.
Gardon does not speak on this matter.
So we've figured out that so the staff was in its kind of display case thing, like in the sort of museum, not museum, but like it's in its own little chamber thing.
They have their own little room for all their special trinkets.
Yeah, it's where they keep all the fancy stuff. It's where they keep the fine china, basically.
Yeah.
And it was in there, and then it wasn't. And the folks who were supposed to be guarding it told the higher-ups, oh, there was an explosion, somebody busted in.
There was an explosion.
There was an explosion.
That's not a lot.
The explosion part's right, but it wasn't so much bust in. Nobody blew the door in. The explosion was from the inside.
Blew the door out.
Blew the door out. And the guards didn't exactly notice this because they had gone to go watch the Rakdos Carnival that had showed up in the courtyard. Funny story.
Amazing thing about that Rakdos Carnival, it involves an act that is all about jumping from a really tall tower. And also, funny thing, the performer who jumps from that tower has wings.
And slimy.
And the
very slimy.
And the storage facility, the secret room, happens to be in the very, very top of a very, very high tower, and the only other entry or exit point is a window way up with bars on it that were covered in slime. You see where we're going with this, huh?
Yeah, we think we know.
We think.
Who did it and how they got in and out.
So we went to go find him and make some inquiries.
So we got to watch a carnival.
It's true. We got to watch
great.
a carnival.
Yeah.
3 times.
3 times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We
Very, very good performance.
They have splody bits.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. There also the fireworks.
Yeah.
Which is what caused the explosion that someone thought blew open the door.
Yeah. We found that the explodey bits are shaped like beetles.
Yeah, like little scarab beetles.
Very pretty.
I mean, quite lovely, yes.
I like beetles.
So the natural thing to do was to bribe this person to tell us where exactly they had put the Eye of Azor, and the natural thing for them to do was to attempt to attack us and rob us of our bribe and destroy us all rather than help.
I thought we were hiring them.
We were hiring them. We bribed them by hiring them because, it's the Ravnica Carnival. They just sort of set up wherever they feel like and quietly pay off the Boros.
We were going to get them a license. We got them a license.
We got them a license, a
license.
contract,
1
the
month.
whole thing. Yeah, a whole month. Not just one show. Oh, a whole month.
Which is like a lot of money.
Oh, yeah. It's
And
big
we're
thing.
broke.
So you had arranged to meet with Slothar, who is
Yeah.
the chief performer and the leader of this Rakdos band.
And the slimy wiggling dude.
And yes,
Slimy
the
wiggling.
slimy wingling dude.
You tell
had
me that's not
arranged to meet
accurate.
with
Oh, it's very true.
Slothar. You had procured for him this contract which would allow him to perform without having to flee from the Boros constantly.
Yes.
So he had an actual license to perform, and you were going to give it to him in hopes that he would then, in exchange for this, provide you information about the eye?
Well, we had kind of figured it probably wasn't him who wanted it, that he was probably paid to get it or got it for some other purpose.
Yeah, like
Right.
to sell it or
So
something.
we were hoping to use this license, which, like I said, worth a lot of money, and use that to sort of be like, hey, we did you this favor. You want to maybe point us in the direction of who wanted this eye, or who wanted the Azorius to not have that eye.
Yeah.
So, at the end of last month's session, our intrepid band presented this to Slothar in a open square with a fountain. It is a watering hole for beasts of burden who are in this district drag carts that carry various merchandise around the city. So they met him here, provided him with this, and shockingly, he betrayed them and summoned a squad of goblins to attack them. But I'd like to take a quick flashback, just for a moment, to the night before, when everybody was considering their adventures so far and pondering on what they had learned. And in the process, everybody gained a level and went from level 1 to level 2. And I'm just going to go around the table and have you guys explain what you did that night, and if you want to talk about any new special abilities you got as you achieved level 2, you can do that. Why don't we start with Avenin?
Yeah. So, Evelyn, she's got to see a Rakdos carnival. That was pretty cool. And she's fascinated by, like, life and death and the interplay therein, and got to talk to a lot of different people from guilds that she hasn't had a whole lot of interaction with yet. So she got to sit and really think and ponder about, like, the nature of life in Ravnica, and really felt, like, energized by all of these different perspectives, and gained access to her key, which for a monk is the ability to draw on this sort of inner energy to do feats that would otherwise be impossible. So she has gained 3 new skills: Flurry of Blows, that lets her do unarmed strikes as a bonus action once she's attacked; Patient Defense, which lets her take the dodge action as a bonus action; and Step of the Wind, which lets her do a disengage or dash as a bonus action, and double her jump distance. She's also gained extra speed and some more hit points. So.
Harmatu.
Harmatu was very nervous. They are not what is known as a people person, but this new adventure has pushed them out of their comfort zone and required them to interact with all sorts of people that they would otherwise consider ought to simply be reading them and admiring their intellect from a distance. So, being very nervous, they took this time to prepare spells that will protect them in the days to come, particularly suspecting that this encounter with Slothar and his goblins will not go well. They prepare Sleep, Thunderwave, and Unseen Servant. And they're considering the personal and private implications of kicking some ass, which they've never, which they are fully qualified to do, but have never truly done.
Yeah, there are more academic individuals, so that's not really their thing. I will say you were able to copy a couple of more spells into your spell book. We'll just say that in this cellar where you guys dwell, there have been many tenants in the past, or at least so it appears, and some of them have left behind various esoteric volumes. You probably found something that had these spells in it and copied them into your spell book overnight.
Oh, so it's like my apartment right after college. We only had 3 people living there, but there was a whole bunch of 4th roommate things.
Yeah. Gardon.
Gardon, I'm gonna actually speak as Andrew because it's easier for this. Gardon, I like to think he's not terribly smart, but he's very wise.
Okay.
So his internal monologue is like really good. I don't know. I know I talked briefly to you about this, but I don't know if anybody else at the table or watching is familiar with Alan Watts. But I feel like he's really into Alan Watts, and like his internal monologue kind of
Or the
sounds like
Ravnica
that.
equivalent.
Oh yeah, the Ravnica equivalent. So he spent that night actually like really thinking about the concept of nothingness, and that like blew his mind. And how does all of if the basic to quote Alan Watts, to kind of have a brief moment of what he was thinking, not what he said, because those are two different things. Like if the basic reality is nothingness, then where does all this come from? And it's like a really like moment for him, which is where he suddenly learned how to turn away undead with the concept of they can't exist because they're nothing, just like himself. And he also has this cool, fancy preserve life new ability that he can use there too, which allows him to heal. He has a pool of hit points he can just give back to creatures within a certain distance of himself, which is really nice. As a life cleric. Of course, if he ever talked about this, it would sound nothing like that, nowhere near as deep. And people would just look at him like he has 3 heads. And yeah, that's pretty much what he did.
That sounds like me trying to describe my thoughts on a daily basis.
I mean, yeah, that's how I relate to him.
I think Gardon is my Patronus animal.
His one
Well,
head
definitely.
is just so impressive.
Yeah. I mean, could you imagine 3?
No.
Oof. Think about the number of eggs he would need for that.
So many floor eggs.
So many floor eggs.
So many floor eggs.
Cassia.
So Cassia spent the evening kind of meditating, cozied up with her bug dog friend, Nibbles, and kind of just taking in how much she's experienced and how much there is in this world. And in so doing, becoming very aware of all of the creatures around her, both, you know, her roommates and her companion, but also the bugs and the spiders and the other benign little critters that live on the floor, and how many of them there were. In so doing, found herself aligning with a druid circle of the Shepherd, which is very, it's Cassia in a nutshell. It's just, I have wards, I will protect them, these are my family. It's a little bit broken, but it's mine and it's still good.
I'm sorry if I ate their eggs.
It's okay, it's alright. They're not, those were the non-fertilized ones.
Oh, okay.
It's a circle of life.
Yeah.
Circle of life, man.
Yeah, it's okay, that's how that works. But in so doing, she's discovered the speech of the woods. So she's able to converse with beasts and many fae, and can speak and read and write in Sylvan, which I think she could already do anyway, but maybe a better understanding of that. And has also found the ability to do a spirit totem, which is to call forth nature spirits and use them to influence the world around her. So what the influence is and the way the aura affects the area depends on which sort of spirit it is, and we'll get into that as it's necessary. She's also learned how to shapeshift into other animals.
Cool.
We can wild shape now. I can become a shrub. I can also become a giant badger, or, well, technically it's possible to become a swarm of bats, although I've been told I'm not supposed to become a swarm of bats.
You could be one bat.
I could be. No, I can't actually be one bat.
That's
I
a
can't
body
be
mass
flying
problem.
yet.
That's right. No, you
I
can't,
can't
do
fly
flying
yet.
until.
I did, the moment you said shrub though, I did have this marvelous image in my head of Gardon walking through town carrying a shrub.
Yep.
Just like
Just
nobody
carrying
knows.
a potted plant.
And then like at
Well,
one
that's the
point
thing,
stuff
if-
happens and he throws the pot and it turns into a centaur.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That would be
That's both for
very
there's two
amazing.
things
would
I
be
can
amazing.
do. Awakened shrub and violet fungus, both of which are plants that, if I am motionless, I am indistinguishable from a normal plant. So just stick me
Awakened shrubs are
in a flower pot, and it's just.
That's
just
the
my
best spying I think I can think of.
Yeah.
centaur spy. Never expected this.
No, nobody would expect that. And we have Morgana.
So Morgana only sleeps in 4-hour increments because there's a lot of things to do all of the time. So she went to sleep, woke up, walked around our little basement cave for a little bit, decided that she wanted to light something on fire, because fire is cool. And so while she was staring at the flame, she was like, you know what? There's like this magical ooze, if you will, that we happen to have in our basement cave. And so I took some of it, and she sprinkled it on top of the fire to see what would happen, and then it turned blue. And then she like poked at the flame, and then it crackled, and she put some more little ooze on top, and it crackled some more. And we discovered Witch Bolt. So now I can, or she can, shoot lightning out, which is very exciting because lightning is fun, and like fire, but blue, which matches her aesthetic, also my aesthetic. We're not the same person.
Also can be used for gender reveal parties.
Yes.
I don't know that Ravnica can do these, but
I mean, sure.
The idea of a
they're not
Ravnica
sound.
gender reveal party, just
it's altogether weird, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, I mean, I can now do party favors at
Pink,
gender
blue, and
reveal.
green.
Yes.
Because gender neutral exists in
Yeah.
Multiland.
So that happened in the wee hours of the night because it's the quietest, and she has a lot of thoughts running all the time because she's very busy. And then she took a nap.
Okay. So I mean, like, did you wake everybody up with the crack of lightning at some point?
Not on purpose.
How
Yeah,
soundly
no.
do you sleep?
I mean, well, it depends
I
how loud
know-
he's snoring.
I was busy being a shrub.
I mean,
Ronan is
I'm
elfish,
an
she's
elf,
fey.
so I don't
Yeah.
really sleep.
You probably heard some explosions.
I mostly just sort of meditate,
Yeah.
and I most likely woke up and sort of was like, cool.
It shouldn't be that unusual.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
This
figured
is
that
what
was
she does.
Gardon
Alright.
slept through it.
that
I
was
mean,
probably that was
Gardon's like a sprawl out, mouth open, snoring. Like,
That's gonna be a challenge. Like
Yeah.
the next
How
time.
can you wake him up?
Yes.
Oh no, that was probably
I'm
my
gonna
reaction
progressively
of
do
just
louder
like,
and louder experiments.
Oh, I love
she's
this
doing
idea.
that thing again. All right.
Look. So cool.
Did you ask that flight consent before you set it on fire? Yes. Okay.
Make a quick correction. It still says we're on painting.
Oh,
Oopsie. Listen,
I'll
I can
fix it
start
during the
painting
break.
stuff.
Hold on. Hold on. I have a brush right over there.
Away.
So, that was last night.
Painting with the mind.
Now it is a bright day in the city. People are still preparing for the festivities to come. There are various carts going around in this square where you are having this meeting. There's a ornamental fountain where some people are leading beasts of burden to drink. A couple of carts, and there's you guys meeting with Slothar. You present him with the scroll, and
Which I'm not letting go of.
Got you.
he
a
cries
thing.
out, "Get them!" And suddenly, from out of one of the cart leaps 3 goblins. From out of another cart leap 3 more goblins on either side of you. They have a surprise round. They are going to attempt to ensnare you. I would like everybody to roll initiative and tell me what your initiative is.
Also, as a non-related action, I'm just gonna turn and be like, really?
You can use that if you want.
Why you have
That's
to
a
be
free
the-
action.
Nat
Protesting.
20.
So with your
Nice.
dexterity,
That would make me a 23.
okay.
I have 17 in
Did
that.
some good
Do I add?
today.
Okay, 17. So I get 18.
I got, sorry.
I have 6.
I rolled a
I'm
4.
just gonna be over here.
19.
Hang on. I'm going around. So I'm
It's
sorry.
a bad roll for the
Harmatu,
incident.
you were
18.
I mean, it's
18
initiative,
total.
Yeah,
so-
I don't think about it too much. Although we did at our last
Gardon, you
D&D
were
game,
19.
we did put dice in the dice jail.
19. Okay.
I literally took John's dice away from him. I'm like,
Cassia.
you're done with this.
6.
Yeah, this needs to
You
stop.
can't roll these
We
anymore.
need to not roll this
We also
anymore.
took our DM's dice away because he kept rolling 20s. We were done with that too.
I hate
We're on
when that
probation.
happens. So when I DM, I almost always roll better than when I'm a player.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Or if I'm playtesting. If I'm playtesting, I roll very well.
I had a DM that
And
was really
Morgana?
good at that.
4.
That's with your modifier?
Yep. I don't
Okay.
have one.
Okay.
He would be really good at rolling
you have a
because
zero?
he'd GM while
Yeah.
drunk. Like he'd just GM with a bottle of champagne, and we're just like, why, Dan? Why?
So some of the goblins rolled very, very well on their initiative. So in addition to the, they have a dexterity modifier. So
Yeah.
in addition to the surprise round, they are also going to get Avenant is going to get some motion first because she has a 23.
She's very dexterous, and she spent the night thinking about,
Fine.
well,
You are
thinking
understandably
about her
flinchy in this scenario.
her inner energy, and so she's
You're
got
very-
a lot of energy in the morning.
All your energy is really aligned right now.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Your chakras are all in a
Yeah.
row.
Yeah.
Does anyone want a hot stone massage?
I mean, depending on how this goes, it might be needed.
Yeah, I was gonna say when we're done, yeah, absolutely.
Did
I
we
wouldn't
have
say
any
no.
eggs for breakfast?
I am gonna have
Yeah, I
to
think we
shillelagh.
did last time.
Excellent. See, yeah,
we did.
nice source of
Yeah. They
protein.
were alley eggs this time. That's what they were.
Very very piquant.
Yes. Yeah.
I am gonna have to shillelagh somebody, so my shillelagh
Shillelagh.
arm.
Nice day for it.
Yeah, genuinely, I thought,
Yeah.
well, you know what? That's on brand for today. Also
It is.
useful, but on
But
brand.
definitely on brand for today.
So Slothar says, "Be careful of the scroll! Don't damage the scroll!" And the first goblin attacks Avenant, attempting to restrain you with some ropes that he's grabbed.
Really?
Does
Dude, we're
a
doing you a solid. Why you gotta be like this?
Yeah. Why you gotta play us?
13 hit you?
No, it does not.
Okay, second goblin. Harmatu. Does a 4 hit you?
If that's as against my 18, then
It's
okay.
against your armor class.
Okay, 11. I've got 11. So
Okay, so you're fine. Gardon,
The ropes just,
disadvantage
like,
because
flop
they're
onto
trying
the
not
ground in front of
to
us.
hit the scroll.
Really?
So that's a 9.
No.
Okay. This is a great surprise round. Cassia. Okay, so this goblin has
for us.
a
Yeah.
22. I believe that hits you.
Yes, it does.
Okay,
You've
so-
angered a centaur. Good job, Goblin.
So he grabs you by the fetlock and starts trying to tie you down.
Back this train up with a fetlock.
It's like your ankle.
I mean, they also are
You
goblins.
know how
He's
a horse
my
has
front
like
one or my back
The
one?
weird, like,
the weird
Probably a
like the
rear one.
hoof,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then there's like the bit
Yeah.
right behind the hoof.
That's
So
the
he's,
fetlock.
he's grabbed my back leg, is what you're telling
Yes,
me.
and he's trying to tie you up. So
Do
you
I
are
get an action to
restrained.
kick him? I'm restrained by the back foot.
Yes.
Yep.
He's gonna get stepped on.
Yes,
You're
he
you're
is.
surprised by it.
Yeah,
So.
Yeah,
This is just suddenly something on you.
'Cause why would you
Cassia,
expect
I'm
someone to
sorry,
grab
he
a
got a
horse
nat
by the
20
back?
on his, so you're also restrained.
Oh.
So you're bound. These are simple ropes. If anybody has blades, they can try to cut their way out, and these guys can try strength checks to break their way out. And one more with disadvantage at Gardon. Okay, nat 1. So
So no.
So you two are restrained, which means you cannot move and you have disadvantage on defending until you get unrestrained, and disadvantage on attacks as well. Slothar is just standing there giving orders, so he hasn't actually moved into combat yet. We're back at the top of the turn order with Avenant.
Yeah. Hi. I don't like this.
Rude,
And
frankly.
I take great offense at being attacked by these goblins that we went to great lengths to help, and I'm not a person who goes and helps strangers, so I'm going to attack these two are being restrained.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not down with that. Y'all have been solid friends.
We
And
appreciate
I appreciate that. So I'm gonna. I feel like the centaur is probably gonna kick a goblin in the face, so I'm not as worried about
I have
you.
a scimitar to cut myself loose with.
Yeah.
I think I'm okay.
Whereas my scaly friend here, I'm gonna attack the goblin that is restraining
Okay.
Morgana, and I'm gonna do an attack with my. Am I close enough to like just attack it with a short sword?
I mean,
have
your
a 40
movement is, yeah,
so-
this is not a large square, it's probably 30 feet
Then
to a side.
I'm going to move to that goblin and attack with the short sword.
Okay.
It's a 17. That is a 22.
That is definitely a hit.
All right, so that's 1d6 slashing damage. That's 3. So that is 6.
Okay, so you have done some mighty damage to this goblin.
Yeah, don't hit my friends.
rude, frankly.
You said it was 6 damage total?
6.
Okay.
Yes.
Next up are these goblins here, who, seeing that you have struck their friend,
Yeah.
they're going to try and
I did.
actually, they draw their swords now. And they're going to come at you with swords drawn.
Sure.
Bro,
Both
what
of
you
them
gonna do
at the
about
same
it?
time?
There's 3 of them. I think 2 of them will go at you, and 1 will go at who's closest to you is Morgana.
Yeah.
So, first one at you. Nat 20.
Oh.
That's going to hit.
Yeah, it is.
That's your second one.
Yeah, I know.
This
This
is how
guy
it
is
goes
really
when
I'm
doing
counting.
well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, not swords. These are daggers, so not as exciting.
Still, a crit is a crit.
Yeah.
That's true.
Cocked.
So that is 7 damage.
Ouch. I'm at 8 for, the sake of our healers.
Second one at you.
Big healer.
Yeah, healer.
Gets a 6.
No, I got
That's
That's
probably not going to hit, even
No.
though you're not wearing any armor.
No.
I suspect you easily
know.
dodge that.
And
First one takes me by surprise while
One
I'm
at
like
Morgana,
trying to get you
Who is
loose,
restrained,
but
so she gets disadvantage. Well, he gets advantage on the attack.
Yeah.
That is a 14. Does
That
that
hits.
hit?
Yes.
Okay. Not quite as much damage for you, though. 5 damage. So he stabs you with his dagger after tying you up. Actually, that's not the one who tied you up. It's one of these guys. Runs over and stabs you with his dagger. Gardon, you're up.
How close is the Slothar to me at this point? Because I was.
He's standing right in front
so
of you.
he's still right in
Yeah.
front of me. All right, I'm gonna
don't let him get that scroll.
Step
use
one,
my
put that-
manipulate to put the scroll in the bag, on my back.
Okay. So it's a bonus action? Or.
I guess that's technically normally there's a free manipulate.
Okay.
As one of the actions, so I
Yeah.
was gonna stow it as.
Yep, as your
that.
manipulate action.
And then I'm going to attempt to grab him, to hold him from running away from me,
All right.
and
So.
then hopefully pick him up off the ground. But
Yeah, he is a wee fellow, very skinny, but also kind of slick. So
Slimy.
go
Is he
ahead.
wearing any clothes you could grab onto?
that's a
Yeah.
good point. Yeah, maybe
Yeah, he's got a cloak. He's
I'll try and like wrap the cloak then to kind of keep him steady.
Grapple with cloak.
all right.
Yeah. So just gotta be playing melee, not with the. Okay.
he gets a 12 dodge.
So I have to attack him to do this, do I? Not? Or do you want to do the?
Let's
bonus
do a
athletics?
hit first, and then we'll do
first?
a strength versus dexterity
Sure.
contest.
That's a 24.
That's gonna hit. That's definitely gonna hit him. And then do a strength to see if you manage to restrain him and pick him up.
17.
All right, as I said, he had a 12.
So, yep.
You reach out, you grab him, you lift him up off the ground. He's sort of squiggling in your arm.
Stay.
Ah!
Not deal.
Bad slimy man, no biscuit.
Bonus action healing word.
Thank you.
Healing
What does
how
that get
much?
me?
I'm gonna have to roll. I believe it's a D.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
D4 plus spellcasting, but for me it's different slightly
Oh, okay.
because I am a special healer.
You're special.
Because he's a healer specifically.
so-
Yeah, I am life cleric, so I get back hit points when I heal other people. Not that I'm
So
down any hit
cool.
points, but
Yeah.
That's a nice feature.
if I was,
That'd be nice.
and you get more hit points because I'm also a healer. So normally you would get 6, but you're actually also getting 2 plus 1 level, so 3 more. So you're getting 9 hit points back.
Well, you're back to max.
I'm at my max.
That was pretty
That was
spectacular.
more damage than Thank you so much. First
Armante,
eggs,
you
now
are up.
healing.
If we do for friends.
Is it
Pretty good,
possible
it's
to
pretty
cast
good.
Thunder Wave on these attacking goblins without hurting other people?
Okay, so you
Yeah, how are we
have the
positioned?
ability to do some spell sculpting. So there are 2 goblins right in front of her, 2 goblins on her, a goblin, I think 2 goblins on him, and he's
Slothar.
holding Slothar. So the
Okay.
way your spell sculpting works is, if you cast Witch Blast, or what is it, Thunder Wave,
Yes.
it is a 30-foot cube?
15. It's a
15-foot cube. So it's going to be a 15-foot cube in front of you wherever you cast it.
Okay.
You can sculpt 2 people out of that, or 2 creatures you can see.
Okay.
So if you sort of choose your angles, you can throw it at somebody and like try and use your esoteric abilities to cause the thunder wave not to hit a specific target within that.
Okay.
Thunder wave requires a dexterity saving throw to avoid, or no, Constitution saving throw to get half damage.
The unique thing
With
about
spell
Thunder Wave-
sculpting, they take the person that you sculpted around, automatically saves and takes no damage.
Okay.
You're basically wrapping it around that person.
Okay, so I've got 4 people that are in this way that that might be hurt. Boy, that's
So I'm gonna say you're sort of in the center of the square.
okay.
Say the 2 people next to you are Amanda and or Avon and Cassia and Morgana are all on one side.
Okay.
Gardon is on the other side. He's got 2 goblins on him and is holding Slothar up in the air by his cloak.
Okay.
And they have a bunch of goblins on them. If you aim at them, you can sculpt it around 2 of them, but one of them is going to have to possibly take damage. If you aim it at him, you can sculpt it around him.
Okay.
You also can,
Oh, and
with Thunder
Cassia,
Wave,
I'm assuming you have your little bug with you.
the unique
Some
thing.
probably squirreled somewhere in my bag.
Can she see it?
Probably.
Because spell sculpting requires her to be able to see the creature that she's trying to avoid hitting.
I'm sure that she's aware that that's where he is.
Okay.
Okay.
The unique thing also with
So
Thunder
consider
Wave, just
that
so you know
another
your
creature.
options
Consider
too,
there's a bug
is
in
you
my
can
fanny pack
center it on you,
who would
so
like to
it
not
basically
die.
goes around you. Everybody around you. In this situation, probably not quite right, but just so you know for future use. It also can be positioned in that way.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast this trying to exclude the people who have the most to lose, which will be her and her. They're the weakest.
I'm the weakest.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Okay, you're okay. You're not being restrained by a goblin this time.
I am not being restrained by a goblin. I went to go hit a goblin that was restraining a friend.
Okay.
I'm not
Yeah,
restrained.
I'm
Okay.
still
Those two
restrained.
Were the ones that were. She's
Once
still
it's my turn,
restrained.
he's getting kicked in
Yeah.
the face.
I just
Okay.
hit the goblin that's restraining.
Okay, but you would be in my line of spell, as it were.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I'm right near Morgana.
Okay, so I'm going to cast this and save these 2 guys and sculpt around these 2 guys.
Okay.
To help them. I think you guys can take a little damage from me.
think
Okay,
we'll be
so
okay.
No, that's fine.
this goblin, and these 2 goblins over here are all going to have to take Constitution
Plus me.
saving throws.
Plus us.
What is the spell casting saving throw on that?
Actually,
DC, that's 13.
13. Okay.
Ooh.
I made 13. Wow.
10. Will you put this in your timeout box?
Yes, I will.
Oh no! This box escaped. Oh, stay in my pocket, please.
All right. So all of this rushes through your head. This is all within like 3 seconds of thought. You know you have this new spell memorized. You know you can sculpt it carefully. You call upon the powers within you, and a massive thunderous explosion, boom, races out from you. You can almost see the shockwave, sort of blue lightning flying through the air. It forms a sort of shell around Morgana, and you said it was Avanin?
yes.
Yep. So around Avanin and Morgana, they are untouched. Cassia, you made your saving throw?
Yeah, and got an 8, or 10 rather, excuse me.
So
Rolled an 8, got a
2 of
10.
the goblins failed and 2 succeeded. What was the damage on that?
Okay, how do I roll for that?
It's a D8, I believe?
2d8.
2D8.
And if they failed, they are pushed 10 feet.
Ah,
Okay,
yes.
This is a D8?
Yes.
Okay,
So roll it twice.
that's 5 and 3.
Okay, so 8 total damage. This goblin is actually knocked out, unless you want to actually kill him. I mean, it could be a killing blow.
For a goblin, I would like to kill him.
Okay, he is dead. This one takes 4 damage because he made the saving throw and manages to stand against the blast so that he's not pushed back.
Take the full, I take half.
Yeah.
And then
I am at
these
8.
2 each take a full 8 and are knocked back. So they are pushed back to the far end of the clearing or the far end of the plaza, pushed against the wall over there, and they are not looking good. Their ears are ringing. They're like, yeah, they did not enjoy that. Are they actually knocked prone, or are they just pushed back?
I believe it's just pushed 10 feet away from you.
Okay, so they're still standing, but pushed back by the blow. And you used one spell slot, so you have 2 remaining.
I thought I had 4 in total, so that I had 3 remaining. I had let's see.
I think it's second level shit.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Can
Okay,
I-
we'll look it up
does
before we
anyone
get
have a
back to
PhD?
you.
Yep.
I have mine.
So that was Harmatu. This
I have
yes.
one more question. Was Slothar affected, and how badly?
No, he was with Gardon,
yes.
and you didn't
He's on the
push
outside
it that
of-
way.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I don't want to.
This goblin is shook by that explosion. He knows you're a threat. He sees this tall, blue, wiry individual and runs at you screaming with his dagger.
Oh snap.
And gets another nat 20. This die.
Okay, so that's as against my one. I don't.
There's no dodging that.
Okay.
Yeah, not 20. You can't do anything.
But he didn't roll great on the damage, so you take 5 damage.
Okay.
So you have 3 spell slots.
Great. Thank you. At this
yeah.
level, so I only have
According,
2 more left.
yeah, this. So the table shows you
Um,
how many, so you'll get a.
this
fourth
is the
spell
goblin
slot
who
and 7
remained
spell
standing
slots.
after that
Okay.
blow.
Is that the one attached to my foot?
Yeah, that's I think the one. Yeah, who grabbed you.
Middle.
So he's gonna try and
Someone needs it.
stab you, I guess. Actually, no. No, he's also all the goblins are gonna be mobbing.
I mean, he also got
the
hit
spellcaster
with
now.
me. Did I also get knocked over?
Yeah,
'Cause
you
I-
failed, so you got pushed.
Oh, you failed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're back against the wall with these 2.
Which means he
So-
got a centaur on top of him.
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh.
Yeah,
Like
he had a rope
smashed-
attached
He got
to
an
him.
against
entire
the wall.
centaur attached to
So
him on
you
top
go,
of him
like,
against a wall. Bam.
Pushing back, and he's holding onto this rope. He manages to dodge to the side and is dragged along the ground by this rope that he's holding onto. He drops it and runs at Hermatu. That's a 17, so that's a 20. That's gonna hit again. Doing 4 damage. That was this one. Slothar is going to wriggle.
Is that
He's-
opposed, or is
Wriggle
that
and make
just trying to
upset
escape?
noises, I assume.
Yeah, let's do that as opposed. He's going to, with advantage because he's slippery.
That's a 19.
Oof. Okay, well, he got a 17, so
Oh,
you managed to
close.
hang on to him.
Close.
Yeah,
Keep hold of
you're
him,
strong.
Gargon. Don't
you
let
are
go.
strong.
That's my shtick.
Strong
Not let go of
Cassia,
that man.
you are against a wall with 2 very poorly goblins.
Are they behind me?
Yes, they're behind you.
All right, they're getting kicked.
Do you get a bonus attack with your hooves? I can't remember.
It's called Hooves of Fury, and it's 2d6 plus strength.
But is it a main attack or a bonus
Yeah,
attack?
it's
Like,
a
can you
bonus
attack with
action.
your
I'm
sword
gonna look
and
it
then
up.
smack with your hooves?
I literally just had to look it up because I didn't remember. No, can you please bring that back? Phone, please. Box wiry this way.
And Morgana, you're on deck, so you'll be up next.
So I have a question. Did me hitting that goblin distract it at all from holding a rope on Morgana?
Yes, I'll
What
say
does the
it
attack
definitely
have?
it dropped.
Of-
Yeah.
No, I don't
Accomplish my
think so. It's just
intended
an unarmed
action.
Okay. So you can kick one of them, but you can't kick both of them.
Kick the right
I
one.
have 2 back hooves.
This is
Yeah,
true.
It's meant as a.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a description.
Yeah.
Can't
as
kick
opposed
one of
to-
them into the other one. I'm probably not that dexterous, realistically. All right.
You have to practice that.
Yeah.
I can introduce you
So
to
roll
some
me an
monks.
attack roll.
Okay. And then I'll decide which one I'm aiming at, or do I decide that first?
So there's this goblin and this goblin. Just tell me which one.
Which
you're
one's the better looking one?
They look equally about
Fine,
four.
the left one.
Okay.
You're going in timeout too, you know. 2 plus, where am I? Strength, I'm assuming, yeah.
I hope. Yeah, probably.
3, 5.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
No, that's not gonna hit him.
Um,
It's easier.
The dice timeout
She's
is
so
ready.
eager for it.
Be in timeout.
Thank you.
You need to behave.
So we're back to the top of the turn order
Witness
with
your brethren.
Avenin, you are over by Cassia.
I'm over.
Or
I'm
over
no,
by
near
Morgana. I'm sorry, I skipped Morgana.
I was gonna
Morgana.
say, wait.
Go ahead.
Morgana-
I get to go. I get a
You're
turn,
okay.
right?
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is the rope situation with me right now?
So there was one who was hanging on to a rope near
holding
you.
it.
He was stabbed and then killed.
So you have a dead goblin attached.
Yes, he's dead.
Wonderful.
Yeah, you are unrestrained.
I am unrestrained.
And there are two goblins about 10 feet away from you against the wall by Cassia. And there are two goblins attacking Harmatu. And there's one goblin attacking or over by
Garden.
by
And Garden
Gardon,
has
who has
Slothar
Slothar in his
Yes.
grasp.
All right.
of the hill people.
So we should probably protect that scroll. So I'm going to throw out a firebolt at one of the goblins attacking
Okay.
over there.
I can't put the Slothar
Yeah.
to sleep. That's what I'm
Right?
That sounds
Sure.
good.
Yeah. Because that's like a distraction, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me do an attack. A modified 20?
That definitely hits.
All right. And now we're going to
And
do
also, something to bear in mind for this one.
D10.
This one is a ritual,
I remember
which
which
means
one.
you can take 10
Yeah.
minutes and cast it without using a spell slot.
No, you had it.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah. I don't like the ones that are rounded on the sides. A 7 damage.
Oh boy. Okay. So yeah, that guy is not looking well. He's on fire.
He's on
And
fire.
So you.
Very crispy.
Yep.
I have a thing with dice that are rounded on the edge as opposed to sharp edges. That's
See, that's the thing about my glow-in-the-dark ones. They're very rounded. Which I don't love, but they
probably
also
use this
glow in the
one.
dark.
So that crisped goblin is not happy.
It's good. It's got a nice
Avenin.
hefty like sound when it hits the dice tray.
Yeah.
Too. All right, so the goblin that I attacked originally
Is
is now
dead.
dead,
Yep. Got killed by a thunder wave.
and there's a very crispy goblin.
Over by
I'm-
him.
yeah.
So you can run back across the plaza.
Yeah,
You can easily do it.
yeah.
You're quite swift.
I am quite swift. I'm gonna run over and be like, no, we went to a lot of trouble for that thing for you. You don't just get to take it, okay? And I'm gonna attack the crispy goblin.
Okay.
So it's a short sword attack again.
Go ahead.
Does anybody remember, did we pay Slothar in advance anything?
No.
Like no deposit,
Nothing.
no
No.
nothing. Okay.
No.
This was our
We-
deposit. Was
Okay.
It's an
contract.
Yeah, because we
That's
have
a
no
hit.
money.
Yeah, we have no money.
Awesome.
We're not making rent.
That's what I thought. I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure.
We were gonna see if he would take the.
It's gonna be 8 points of damage.
Okay, well, so you
He's now crispy
run
and
across the plaza with your sword out, and you just slash him right across the back, and he collapses
Stop
to the
hitting
ground.
my friends.
Hey, Gardon, when we're done with this, do you want goblin burgers?
So the two goblins
I've never
who
had
are
those.
Me neither.
plastered to the
Gotta
wall
reuse what the
are going to disengage from you,
That's a good one.
Cassia, and they're
Probably
going
Gets you
to
out of
start
combat.
running.
Yeah.
So the disengage
better
Shock
run.
them and then walk away.
is an
They
action
can't
for
do
them, and they each run 30 feet. They're going to run together, so they're running down a side street 30 feet,
Just imagine
just
them like
with their hands against their ears,
together in like
racing
in
as fast
sync
as
running.
they can.
Yeah.
So these two are running away.
To be-
Gardon, you
To be
are
fair, all Gardon's hearing at this point is.
You just make it like Archer noises.
You're
Yeah.
up.
I'm going to attempt to pin him to the ground.
Okay, so you've got
I have him
Slothar in
now,
your grasp,
and now I'm
you're
gonna
just
pin him to the ground and like put my full weight holding him there.
You're gonna curb stomp him, is what you're doing.
Yeah.
No, I'm holding him in place so he can't escape.
Dirt now.
All right.
I believe that's just another check. I believe you have to
yeah.
initiate a grapple first, and then you can use your action to pin.
Yeah.
Is how that works.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I believe.
Get him.
That is a dirty 20.
Okay.
20 total, not a crit.
I'm gonna say sure. You pinned him to the ground. You're standing there with your. Did you bob your horns, or are they like, wrapped in something?
You know what? You know what?
So yeah.
This is I've been going back and forth with what they would be wrapped in because they definitely would be wrapped. They are wrapped in velvet.
Oh, velvet.
Because
It's real classy.
Yeah,
Yes.
real classy.
It's real classy.
I'm gonna go
So
with
maybe
that.
velvet with tassels or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're
Oh,
standing over him. You
definitely
still look
have
very,
pigtails.
very intimidating.
You lose deposit.
Yeah. So these two goblins have run away. Gardon, Harmato, you are up.
Yeah.
Okay, so is
So you have two goblins standing right in front of you with their daggers out. Or no, I'm sorry. You have one goblin standing right in front of you with his dagger out because the other one got fried and then stabbed.
okay. I'm just going to take him very firmly by the wrist and do a shocking grasp.
Okay.
Shocking grasp.
Shocking grasp. He
No.
does.
That's a good
Is
spell.
that an attack?
That's a
Melee
cantrip.
attack?
Shuffle, shuffle,
Okay, yes.
shuffle.
So you roll the d20 and add your attack, your spell
That's what I
attack.
always
Okay,
think of.
D20.
Shuffle, shocking grass.
That's 14 plus spell attack bonus.
19.
Yeah.
That's a hit.
Nice.
So now it's a d8 of damage,
And let's
and
see.
you can walk away from him at this point without him attacking you for doing so because shocking breath does that.
Okay, that's a 6.
6, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that goblin is
Also
shocked.
crispy.
Yeah, I believe that. Or no, that's not slowed down, but he has.
He can't take reactions.
Can
Yeah,
I
it's
can I
alright.
fling him like as much as like a child, like if you were just
Don't
like that?
throw children.
No, well, no, I mean if I had been well, anyway. if I
We
were
learned things about
terrible.
Amy's childhood today.
Today on
just wanna-
Ravnica Rising,
Throwing
We learn the proper technique
Throw a child. Do
to
not
yeet a child.
Yes, that's what I want to do. That's exactly.
child.
they're
we
not
have-
children. They're
But I do
goblins.
want to
two
eat the
goblins
goblin.
left.
We have two more
the goblin
goblins.
who's on you is going to attack you again.
This time he gets a 7.
Gets a 10.
Oh my.
I
What's your armor
suspect
class?
that misses you.
It misses.
Oh good.
Armor class
11.
11. Oh, okay. 10 is
Just missing.
And then the last goblin is the two that were next to you ran away. He's in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And at this point, I am prone because
Yeah.
I'm holding him, so he would have
so he gets
advantage.
advantage on his attack.
Yep.
Which is probably going to help
Don't
him.
you dare
No, he
touch my
rolled
baby
exactly
Sarah.
the same thing twice. So he gets a 11.
No.
Okay.
Even without my shield.
Okay.
No touching.
So he attempts to stab you, fails. Slothar is
Growl.
is going to try and escape from your grasp with
believe-
advantage because he's
Yeah.
slippery.
Well, I believe pinned gives him disadvantage, so it would give him.
No,
I
okay, so
believe.
no advantage.
So it would be a straight
Neutral.
roll at this
Yeah.
point, I think.
Yeah, he's not going to do it because he gets a 6, so that's like a 8.
If I roll low, it could. I rolled an 8, so no.
Okay. Well, he's like squirming and like not quite able to get. He's like, no, let me go, you.
No.
You beast. And
Dude, you started this.
well,
You
he-
hurt
he
Gardon's
thought he
feelings.
had you guys outnumbered. Cassia.
Teach you to.
So these
No,
guys have
respect.
run away from you. They're 30 feet down the lane. There's one on him, and there's one on them.
Do we just let the ones that buggered off go?
Yeah,
Heck 'em.
it's not
You
worth it.
know,
Let's deal with these guys. They come back, we'll be here for them.
they probably were paid
Yeah.
for this,
Heck 'em.
and money's hard to come by, so I don't blame them.
Yeah.
I just don't want them to do it.
All right. So, I'm going to cantrip Shillelagh,
Okay.
and because I have a quarterstaff to smack somebody with. So now it's imbued with nature's power.
So your staff like sprouts into a shillelagh
Yeah. Not that I think it matters much.
through the
because-
power of nature.
Yes.
Make that noise again.
And now I'm gonna crack the.
There's one on Hermatu and there's one on him.
I think I take the one on him so that he can, because I think you got yourself. You're fine. You're gonna yeet this goblin into the distance. I'm not worried about you.
I love the idea of a wizard eating goblins across the.
This goblin empty. Yeet! Look it down all the way. So
by empty you mean no more hit points. Yeah, we've definitely done that. With
no more use in general. So I'm gonna take my quarterstaff and clock the goblin that's.
All right, give me an attack roll.
See, could behave. 13.
13 just misses. So you probably like smack into his leather armor, and it feels like you got a solid hit, but he takes no damage from it. His armor prevents the damage from the blow.
Am I allowed to bonus action healing word myself or cure or no? Yeah.
Cure is an action.
Yeah.
Healing word.
Am I allowed to rescue myself because I'm at 8?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to cure wounds myself for 1d8.
Does it say action or?
That
Cure
says
wounds
one
is an action. Healing word is the bonus action.
Oh, other one. I did it wrong.
Yeah,
My bad.
and it's a D4.
I did it bad. You're right. 1d4. So I'm gonna scooch this over here so that I know I did it. And d4. Whee! That's so helpful. 4.
All right. So you're slightly less dying.
I'm less dead.
I mean, good news is as long as I'm
you're up.
nobody's dying.
Yeah.
Right. So there's one goblin, two
There's
goblins.
2 goblins and a very restrained Slothar squiggling about on the ground.
Let's go after the goblin.
I'll start using my
that's,
horns next.
Okay.
The other, yeah. And we'll do the same thing. So I'm gonna shoot out a little firebolt again
Okay.
because I like
Risk
them.
that goblin.
I like fire.
We're having goblin burgers for lunch, y'all.
Does a 10 hit?
10 does not hit.
Oh. So my little flame fizzles out.
Avinin, we're
Very
up
sad.
to you.
Hi. This goblin is kind of bugging me, dodging all these attacks. That's not cool. I'm
Punch him in the
gonna
face.
I'm gonna go punch that goblin in the face.
Punching is a thing you're very good at.
Yeah.
So are you punching with your sword?
The
Yes.
Sword punch. Yeah, just
can punch
weave
with
it
a
in.
sword, yeah.
Weave it in between your fingers and just be Wolverine.
20.
Well, that definitely
It's
hits.
a modified 20, but it's still
That's
20.
fine.
Yeah.
7.
That's a dead goblin. So, yeah.
Stop dodging.
I think you probably just chop his legs off.
Yeah.
No.
Stop moving.
Is that like frog legs?
Yes.
It's slightly bigger, so more meat.
And less slimy.
Depending on the frog.
Yeah.
These guys disappear around a corner.
Yeah.
Heck you.
This is not going well.
Right on.
I'm gonna continue to hold my my pin. If you give up now, we stop killing your friends. And I'm trying to remember who else was hurt.
Who else was hurt?
Yeah, who else was hurt?
I took damage.
I took
They
damage.
used to.
Yeah, Harmatu took
Bonus
Now,
action.
Harmatu has taken a
Yeah,
fair amount.
I'm gonna
I'm
give
down-
you
I'm down to
a
an
healing
8.
word as well.
Great, thank you.
So I gotta.
The healing word is bandage. Have you considered our Lord and Savior bandage?
Plus 5. You get 9 back.
Healing word of today.
Oh, sweet. That's exactly what I was missing.
And we're
So
back
you-
to Harmatu.
Okay, great. So I've got this one guy in front of me, and I had wanted to give him a chance to run away, if he was going to do that. But if he is not going to run away after having been flung, I'm going to shock him again.
Okay,
So ready in action. That's
another
good.
shocking grasp.
Yes. So I roll a
A d20 to attack.
Yeah, one right here too.
Thank you. That's a 9.
Well, plus your
Plus your-
attack.
Plus my attack. That's okay. So that's going to be 14. Yes.
14. So he almost manages to dodge,
Okay.
but does not.
Okay.
So D8.
So yeah, he's very close to dodging that.
That was a 5.
Okay. Is there any plus on that? It's just 5.
Nope, just straight D.
So that
D8.
goblin is like barely standing. He's not happy at all.
I wouldn't be
And you
either.
can move away from him if you choose to, because you shock and grasp him. So he loses reactions. so
Okay,
you-
in that case, if that's a free action, then I just want
Yeah,
to,
you just move away.
just sort of walk away in a casual fashion. Just like, He's like walking. Yeah.
Peace out.
All right. So
Be gone, goblin.
we're actually on that goblin's turn. He's going to disengage from Avanen, and
Yeah.
he's going to try and book it. So he's running now. He's 30 feet
So
away.
he's trying to disengage.
Yes. Yes.
Do I get a reaction to that?
A reaction to a disengage?
No. Okay.
Yeah. Attack of opportunity would be a reaction if he tried to run without disengaging.
Gotcha. Okay.
But he spent his action to disengage
Disengaging.
from you, and
Cool.
so he's like yee, and turns around and he's booking it.
I don't blame you for trying to get paid, but stop trying to attack me.
Slothar is like, fine. Just stop it. Stop. I give up.
I hold him until every other goblin's gone.
Yeah, so this
Well,
guy runs away.
You should continue to hold him.
I plan to.
Do not
Yeah.
let go of him.
Oh no, I
Yeah.
plan to.
So yeah, that is effectively the end of combat because all the goblins are dead or run away.
We come over and surround him.
You do hear in the distance the tromping of well-shod footsteps coming towards you. We probably have just a short while before the
Talk
Boros
somewhere
Legion shows
more
up.
private.
Can we invite you into our humble abode? Can you behave?
Yes.
You
We're taking-
have me at a disadvantage.
We're
Yeah.
taking you home with us. Please, we insist. Carton just
You don't get any eggs.
no floor eggs for you.
First class service.
Okay, so having defeated him, you drag him off. I mean, you
I'll
guys
carry
have
him.
ropes if you want.
There's
because
ropes, yeah.
There's
Yeah,
the ropes
because
that
we've
the
been left
goblins.
with ropes.
Can we tie him to... Never mind, that's a stupid idea.
I mean, I
Just tie him to my back.
I was
I
gonna say
also
tie him
have
to
50
me.
feet of rope
But
Tie
that
him
worked.
to you.
with me. Just
Yeah,
you
I
know,
think
on
I do
me
too.
because it's useful.
Never know when you're gonna need it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Guys in the movies, they always end up needing it.
So, you drag him back to the cellar, and
Tie him to a chair.
okay,
Yeah,
fine.
Yeah.
or to
Yeah.
one of the beam posts.
Support beams
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the middle of our
I feel like a chair
Actually,
might
not
be a little
support
more
beam.
hospitable than I would like. I would like to.
Not a support beam. If he has some way to squeeze out of that and climb up toward the ceiling with whatever little claws or
True.
fins.
Or boom.
Oh, yeah.
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 Or if he
Chair-
explodes,
chair's probably the
support
best
beam.
Should we search him first and make sure he's not holding any explosives?
Before we tie him up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'll
your
hold.
pockets.
I'll hold him.
Okay.
You want to just
Yeah,
turn him
can
upside down and shake him?
I
Can
mean,
we do
so
a search roll or something to check him for
Remove all his
like?
junk from his pockets. Not his. Okay.
So
Crazy.
Andrew,
Yep,
or
yep.
I'm sorry, Garden gives him a good shake,
Removal of the items.
and
Yes.
his
Things.
daggers fall out. But if you want to search his person, who wants to do the searching?
What's the roll?
probably an investigation or perception.
I
Yeah,
have
I'd say
investigation. I have investigation.
Okay,
I love
Harmatu.
that. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
He
So I roll-
knows the ways of
I grabbed those daggers.
Looking at things.
looking at things. Yes,
Particularly.
investigate.
those.
You
Okay.
search
I
through
think
his
I will.
slightly slimy
Not
robes.
bad.
More daggers.
Oh, that's no good. That's a 1 plus 5. I guess that's not very much of anything.
That's something.
Yeah.
So you don't find anything in particular.
Can I
of note or
assist
value.
with that?
Sure, go ahead.
It's a 1920.
Ah, so you find one of the little flying scarab exploders
I'm gonna
concealed in
do
an
this.
inside pocket of his cloak.
Yoink.
I'm like,
These
I'm
are
like,
ours now.
I'm like,
We wanted one of those, didn't we?
yeah, we did want one of those. It's
you know
true.
what? I'm going to give this to Harmatu because as the Izzet in the group, I trust you to handle that properly.
But I wanted
very
these
grateful.
properly.
I want to take it apart.
We'll get another one. That's
Okay.
That's the splody one.
When we get another one, you can have it to take apart.
I mean, or you can share.
But
So
I
now
would
you've got him-
prefer if they take it apart first, in case it explodes. They're less likely to make it go boom.
It might also be evidence. The Azorians do like to have things like evidence.
This is true.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I want to keep it.
Paperwork.
I know. But
Tie him up.
Okay, he is bound. He is
Not
wriggling but
going
not
anywhere.
able to get away at this time.
And I
How's that
stand
gonna be
over him. Well, next to him.
Probably.
Okay.
So question number one. The
Ask me at
heck,
2
man?
a.m.
We got you a contract. Why are you gonna do us like that?
You didn't look that formidable.
Well, obviously.
How we
we're
look?
wrong.
How we look now?
Step 1, wrong. Step 2, ouch. Hurtful.
So, what is it exactly that you wanted from me?
So here's the thing. We're pretty sure we know that you might have taken a thing
But
that
might have, I
some
mean, probably did.
other people probably want, and we're trying to find it.
You're going to have to be more specific than that.
I guess.
You're
Yeah,
slippery.
I recognize that happens a lot.
You took a thing in a tower that belongs to the Azorius? And while we appreciate the craft of getting it,
Yeah, that was incredibly
it's
clever.
pretty cool. They kind of want it back.
Can you read that back more specifically? They've made that pretty clear.
Okay,
Yeah, sure. And we were kind of wondering if you still had it.
so who's doing the persuasion check on this?
I'm assisting by being intimidating.
I have
Okay,
0.
you do an intimidation.
I have a good.
I'm not.
I've got
I
one.
have a good persuasion.
I've got 2.
I can do it.
You could do it.
I'm pretty good.
I am intimidating. Dirty 20.
7.
All right, I'm gonna scooch. You behave. Thank you. See? 16.
Okay, so he's like, okay, fine. All right. So, they paid me to take it,
They.
right?
Understandable.
It wasn't me, right? I just wanted the money,
We feel
Also
you.
understandable. Yeah, totally get it.
and I put it in the dead drop where they told me to put it.
Where's that dead drop?
I dropped it down into the sewer.
They. They who?
I was working on a contract. I never actually talked with my employer. It was all done through dead drop. They gave me the money.
How much?
You're making a face.
Where in the sewers? Because I kind of know them.
So, you're familiar with this district.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a sewer grate near to the falls.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I know it.
All right. So, it's in the near to the Dead Bridge Cavern in Wayport. There's a sewer grate. I dropped it in there.
Huh. Would I know, like, where in the sewers, like, where in the Undercity that might drop it? Like, would I be able to match the over to the under? Knowing that I have that Undercity Paths
Yeah.
thing.
Let's say a history check with advantage.
Okay. I hope my next roll's better than that. Oh, little. That's an 8.
Okay, so you have a vague notion. You'd probably have to look to make sure.
Okay.
To see.
But I have a vague direction
Yeah.
to go in.
That jail's getting full.
It's all purple dice, too.
I mean, all my dice are purple, so.
If you didn't know your employer, what did it look and sound like? How did you communicate?
So I was provided with a contract. They gave it to me in a note. I never actually met the individual,
They.
but
What kind
they
of
paid
entity?
me. I'm not sure.
So you just got a note out of
the
nowhere.
sky.
And did it end up in your mailbox, in your pocket, taped to your
Did someone
forehead when
drop
you
it
woke
in a
up?
hat during your performance?
I'm actually quite proud of my prowess as a snake burglar.
Snake burglar?
My ability to get into locations that are difficult to get into is well known to certain people.
I mean,
Snake burglar.
I can't argue that because it was pretty cool.
You slime like a snake, yes.
So do you have like an agent?
Yeah. Ooh.
So,
Can you sample? this
yes,
slime?
when
That's
people
a
are
source of
attempting to contact me,
That's okay.
slime. I need to keep it.
they usually go through several Rakdos contacts that I have.
Cool.
There's a goblin at Cardor's Kabooms that you could possibly speak with.
Alright, cool.
Fancy that.
Possibly who we spoke to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we may have already talked to him. They're not about
How much you get paid? Curious.
That's rude.
Well, obviously, I don't have the money on me.
No, I know,
I
obviously.
mean, we know, we checked.
We're aware. We've checked your pockets.
No, but how much? How much item worth?
20,000 Xenos.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a number. That is not a small number. That is in fact a big number.
Then isn't that about the worth of the contract that we prepared?
No, it's a lot more.
Yeah.
Yes, somebody clearly wants this item very badly.
Someone set you up the bomb.
I'm familiar with bombs, but not this term.
Okay, cool.
Fair.
Must be a Golgari thing.
He has bomb?
Well, he had one, but Harmatu has it now.
So,
All
are
very
we good now? You're gonna let me go?
You're good just exactly as long as we can trust you. Now, how far is that, do you suppose?
Depend, how heavy is he?
Yeah. How far can you throw him? Can you yeet him?
I can, yes.
In these
Said he be
circumstances, bound as I am, I consider myself very trustworthy.
So we should leave you here then, is what you're saying.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking we stick him in a sack and take him with us.
Yeah. Just put
Can
him
we
back.
lock him in cell with people who hired us?
So here's the thing, he's real slippery. So we gotta warn them about that.
Yeah. They might have room with no windows.
They might, and no drains.
I know bars.
Yeah. Just room.
Just box.
Just big box.
Just a box. Put him in a box.
No items.
I guess. He did try to kill us.
Yes, I suppose we should involve law and or order at some point.
Probably
I mean, yes, we are approaching the day of investiture, the most legal time of year.
Yes.
Yes. I just imagine them like all going around like, yes, may you have a very
Investiture
well
song.
legally represented investiture day.
Is
I
it
mean,
like the
for
holiday
most
for
of
All
the
your
city-
contracts be signed.
For most of the city, Investiture Day is just about wearing black, red, green, and getting absolutely blotto. They don't actually care about the ceremony, they just care about drinking a lot.
For some
today.
reason, they call it Jun Day.
I was
It's
gonna
really
say,
weird.
they're gonna
Yeah.
jund him out, is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
They all get junded out. And then
Yeah.
It's just, all right.
No one knows where that term came from, but you know it works for us all.
Yeah.
If we bring him to the Azorius, they'll know we've been doing our job, and they'll know
We
even
can
if
be trusted.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Maybe there's a bounty on his
I
head, too.
personally, I've
Probably.
forgotten.
Maybe we can
Oh,
get some
we could
dollars.
collect a bounty, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, that rent is not any less
Point.
due, by the way.
yeah.
All right, you're coming with us. We've got a friend to introduce you to.
Let's
I mean,
use
he's
the
our friend
speech,
anyway.
It's
the
a
speech stone
Pontiforov.
to
Yeah, let's go talk to that Loxodon.
Before we leave.
She's saying talk to your employer.
yeah. I've forgotten her name. Harmatu would not have forgotten her name, but
I can tell you in a hot second.
It's Elmunda.
Oh, there you go. You beat
yes.
me to it.
Let's
Lawbringer
contact
Elmunda.
her, and we can,
Lawkeeper Elmunda.
and then we might not have to go all the heck of the way out there to.
Just, yeah, you know what? They'll send someone to collect him.
Yeah.
Also, before we do anything, Gardon would like to know if anybody is still bleeding from the previous combat.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I'm good.
I got a
still
couple
bleeding.
scuffs.
Thanks for that, by the way.
We appreciate it.
No problem.
Are you?
You're a real bro. It's good.
Are you guys going to go straight out, or are you going to take a short rest?
I was gonna say, bare minimum, if he has a few minutes, he can at least do the short rest. If we took a short rest, use a healer's kit to do the thing. Like technically, that's what you do in a short rest for healing.
Yeah. But also Harmatu has the ability during a short rest to regain one spell slot.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which would also be very
Yeah,
good.
real useful.
That would be great. Does that prevent me from using the time to speak to Almunda? Is that can I do that at the same
I
time
think we
I'm
could probably
resting?
call her and then rest.
Yeah.
You can do light activity while resting.
Okay.
Speaking is considered light activity.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would think unless you say otherwise.
Yeah,
I
we're
would think-
busy
No, I'm
patching
fine.
ourselves up,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
also
Yeah.
on the like you can put
Yeah.
a band-aid on while you're on the phone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and that's what Gardon's here for.
Well, more than Harmatu, what they have as a special ability is during one short rest per day, they can regain one spell slot.
Right.
and it takes a little bit of concentration, but I'm sure they can talk at the same time. So.
Yes, yes.
That sounds good.
So Gardon goes around with bandages and helps you all to expend hit dice.
And you pull out your speaking stone,
Yes.
or your speaking coin,
Yes.
So we're back to normal.
and you
Pull your
get
one
her
hit die.
attention.
One hit die?
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, so you
And
expend a
Armand
hit die,
says,
roll
"Oh,
it plus your
hello.
con.
Hello, madam. We
Have you retrieved the object?
All right.
Well, we have the thief in
good.
custody.
Back to
We
normal.
have
Not terrible.
interrogated him thoroughly. We wish to remand him to your custody while we continue to follow his very cooperatively given information and locate the object as soon as possible. Can you send someone to retrieve him and imprison him till such time as he can be tried?
Well, obviously this sort of activity is very alarming, the theft, and we need to get somebody there as quickly as we can. I will work with the patrols, and somebody can probably be there in 2 hours.
Thank you very much.
As a heads up, he is incredibly slimy.
Oh yes, yes. When we
Yeah,
say
yeah,
that he's
tell her about the
slippery,
slime.
it is
He's very
We
slippery.
mean literally.
yes.
Literal and metaphor.
Yeah, he
Where
was-
should we come to collect this thief?
I give the address that she had come to.
Okay.
And
Yeah, same
then I
one,
say
yeah.
this person may appear to be of a certain size, but he is the person who is capable of putting himself through the bars in that vault from that height on that sheer cliff. So be sure that whatever you put him in, it has no handholds.
Okay. So it's going to take a little while for the patrol to get there. It's getting on towards about 2 hours afternoon, and boom, boom, boom. A pair of very burly Azorius are standing at the front door. Two giant, large, craggy-faced humans wearing very dirty blue and white robes. They look rough. Yeah. And they're like, here for a package.
Sirs, my advice to you is to take the whole chair. Don't attempt to untie him.
Like, we don't
the
have many
rope
chairs, but
between
we'll
the
give this one
fingers.
up.
Like Gardon has taken this time to like rope him up because he does
Okay.
not trust
You've
him.
like
So,
cat's cradled him in.
One of
Yeah.
them draws a battered sword. The other one just grabs the chair with one hand and lifts it up. And, they start marching the guy out. Maybe
they have
bap
ID?
his head on the lintel as they're marching him up out of
Yeah, this is
the
a
one
nice
entrance
area.
to your cellar.
To be fair, I think he's earned it.
Drag him
Yes,
off
but
down the road.
they
Thank
don't,
you.
You know,
Did we find out
they
if there
just
was
do
a bounty?
that.
Did we make any money on this?
Not yet, no. Maybe if he gets tried. We didn't
Yeah,
ask.
there's not.
Because
a
they
bounty.
haven't met him yet, so I don't know who he is.
That's
that
true,
there's
I
Yeah,
no
they're
bounty
not-
yet.
We'll
They're
have to
not-
check back later.
Yeah, they're not sure if he's.
I keep all his stuff in a corner.
Also, we
Oh yeah,
haven't
he's kept his stuff.
I have
Yeah.
his daggers.
I also took some slime.
and we still
Okay, you
haven't
bottled
spent
some slime. That definitely makes sense.
we still haven't spent the money
Not
that
having
is
that on
of
my
of
breakfast.
tendering that contract. So that's an expenditure we didn't make, and they won't think that.
I
us
think
as
it'll be
having
good on
spent that
toast.
money yet.
Okay. So you've rid yourself of the ne'er do well.
Slime, but I don't-
Yes.
You ate 4
What
eggs.
is it that you want to do next?
They were eggs, okay?
Just
they were
saying.
delicious.
So you know this place that he dropped?
Yeah, I
know
think
the
I have a
creatures
vague
that came from
idea
there.
of like where we should go once
they're
we
healthy,
get down
they're
there,
Just saying,
because
maybe this
I'm
High-
slime-
high
kind
in
of
good
amazed
cholesterol.
down
this slime
there.
might be
Like the
lickable. We haven't
sewers,
decided yet.
there
No,
are
no, we
people
did.
who
We did
dedicate
decide
like
that.
their
I wanna back
whole
up just a couple of
lives to
seconds.
He
that.
licked it. It was gross.
I'm going to
Sloth
say
are
he
fine.
actually
Yeah.
recognizes
Oh, okay.
one of these
That's what he
guys.
licked. It was
That's
gross.
right,
And
you're
as they're dragging him off, he's like,
Not
no,
good for
not
me.
with them,
Maybe
not with
Superman.
them. And they drag him off down the street.
Did anyone check ID?
No.
No.
We could.
They
ask-
dirty.
Can,
Are you dirty like them? Are they same kind of dirty as her?
Oh,
There's dirty in them.
Fit
I
like
mean,
clothes.
they're not. Their cloaks had dirt on them, not like sewage.
Okay. So not dirty like her.
you know, I wash
No,
my
no.
clothes.
No. I know mean
that's
offense.
a terrible misconception.
Wow. I thought we were
Remember-
growing closer,
Abington, that's not.
and
he
we were
doesn't-
becoming friends.
No, like
And you
No,
say
no, no, no,
something
like
no.
cloak, like
so
cloak.
hurt.
Your cloak had dirt on bottom. Like
Yeah, like all of ours do. That's not. Forgive him. He's not good at.
You know what?
Words.
It's nothing I haven't heard before.
Gardon means well. He's just not good at words.
you know, cartoons sulk into the other room.
I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because he did give me eggs.
He gave you floor eggs.
It's true,
and
it's true.
Bandaged you up there.
Floor eggs, alley eggs, and healing.
It just hurts,
Yeah.
you know.
That's the title of his memoirs.
It just hurts.
Gardon, what do you say?
Sorry.
I forgive you, Nick.
Not with them, he said. Are they corrupt, do you suppose?
I mean, yeah, it's the Azorius. Have you met them?
But they don't look clean like other ones.
But
Yeah, but
they
also
might
came
be the ones
tromping
that get
down
sent
here.
down to this part of the city
But,
to
like,
come
also the
pick up
busted sword?
troublemakers.
I would expect better gear.
Yeah.
I have better gear.
That's true.
What if we tracked them?
You want to follow the Azorius?
Not very
I mean,
much. I don't want to,
We
but
can casually take a walk.
I can become
Yes.
a shrub.
yeah, you could become like
If
this
you'd
fungus
stay
that
perfectly
keeps
still.
growing.
And if,
I carry.
Like, I stay still while they're not looking. Or
and if,
I
if
just
you
carry.
say this out loud, I'm like, you what now?
okay. So I can turn into a variety of living things. That's a skill I've learned to do. So I can become a frog
Like
or
Nibbles.
a snake, or I haven't figured out how to become Nibbles yet. I don't think, but I'll get there. I'm getting there. But a plant is a living thing. I can be a shrubbery. I just have to not get kidnapped by any knights.
I saw one once.
Huh.
They're pot that make shrubs do that.
Yeah.
Would it be possible for you to follow these gentlemen?
As a shrub.
No, not a shrub. But
As like an animal.
A dragonfly, maybe.
I can't fly. I can't do anything that I can't do
Like,
anything
you
that can
could
fly or
be
swim.
a cat.
Yeah, cat, squirrel, most things, honestly.
But
Cats are very
also, like,
Anything of a
inconspicuous.
certain
if
size
we
that
go
I've
heading-
seen before.
If we go heading down into the sewers,
Plenty of mice.
Yeah.
that's true.
Mice, rats.
But we can't follow the Azorius in the sewers. It's not like there's just like sewer and street above it. It's a whole network, guys. It's complex down there.
I believe you.
But are they going down there?
No, that's the
Are
thing.
we sure?
But we need to go down there to find where the dead drop was.
What if we split up? Is that a?
Never split the party.
Never
Yeah,
split
never
party.
split the party.
Harmato is an academic. He doesn't get into this much, but he has seen shows in which let's split up.
Haven't you read
Let's split up,
studies
gang.
about the efficacy of splitting the party versus staying together?
I mean,
Yes,
if
We are not
not
Scooby Doo. This is not Let's Split Up, gang.
Now I want to write that study.
Sure.
all right, there's your homework before next session.
Are we like really actually worried about Slothar though? Can't we just go?
We're
He
worried.
could warn them,
He is
and
the
we could
evidence.
lose information.
Yeah.
But if we go and we get the staff first.
This is why we should have turned him in ourselves.
Because they also called it package, not prisoner.
That's true. We should probably follow them.
Yeah.
Yes, casually. As
Send the
insofar as
cat.
we do anything casually.
Okay. So, she's
How long can I be a cat?
I believe it's a number of hours equal to like half your level or something like that. I believe.
like an hour.
Heck, we're gonna find out.
Yep.
Yeah. So your plan is you're going to become a cat, alley cat,
Or
follow
something.
them,
Something similar.
something inconspicuous.
I'm
and
trying to
follow
figure out
In
what.
Ravnica.
Yeah, what would be
The equivalent of whatever a cat is.
the equivalent of an alley.
So it's like a two-headed cat, right? With like four tails.
I don't think Ravnican cats are that weird. I think they're just cats.
No, that's a little disappointing. I'm not gonna lie.
You know.
I mean, two more heads. That's two more heads to pet.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
Oh, who's good kitties?
One of them is.
Yeah.
I am a
exactly.
good kitty. I am best kitty.
But what if I never find out who's the good boy?
Somebody was arguing that the who do you call it, dog show that was recently in England should have a category called Who's a Good Boy? And it just involves you going up to the various dogs and going, Who's a good boy? And whichever dog freaks out the absolute most about being asked who's a good boy is the winner of the category of Who's a Good Boy. Alright, I'm a doofus and I can't find it.
On the Player's Handbook?
I have it here. Too.
I'm literally pulling it. Oh, there it is. It's in front of my face. I'm dumber than a stick.
No, you're many sticks. You can turn into a shrub.
This is true.
Shrubbery. A shrubbery.
You can stay in a beast shape for a number of hours equal to half your druid level rounded down.
Yeah. So 1 hour.
Yeah.
You then revert to your normal form unless you expend another use of this feature.
I have a character as a similar ability, and it functions the same
By
way.
using a bonus action of your turn, you automatically revert if you fall unconscious, drop to 0 hit points, or die. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense.
Hey,
Okay, so
Cassia,
as inconspicuous creature,
can you be a Venus flytrap?
Have I ever seen one?
in
Have you
Celestia,
been?
I'm sure they
have you-
have all sorts of esoteric, weird plants.
That's probably true. Yeah, the Arboretum has a lot of
Yeah.
things. And I did rescue Bug Dog from the Simic. Or no, not Bug Dog. The
Nibbler?
Sharkter Crab I found one time.
Oh, shark.
Oh, okay.
We've got these really cool plants down in the sewers, and they eat things.
Oh yeah,
Very okay. So you've seen them?
the Circle of Life.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I'm trying to figure what's the least conspicuous, but like has a decent movement speed that I'm going to be able to keep up with 2 armed guards carrying
Well,
a dude.
I bet they're not
struggling
moving
in a chair.
that fast. Average speed, I would imagine.
Right.
You said it was a human,
2 parahumans.
parahumans, yeah.
Yeah.
Carrying a chair.
Carrying a chair.
Dragging a chair.
Dragging a chair
Even
with
slower
a
than
flailing,
public.
dragging a chair in public with a flailing, slimy prisoner.
He's not flying that bad.
That's true.
We tied him
good.
pretty tightly.
And if they get suspicious, we can at least once say that we are on our way to continue our investigations and have them
Are
do
you
what
all
we say.
following them?
I would imagine our inconspicuous
We're,
creature
like,
would be ahead. We'd
behind
be following
our-
our
As long as
inconspicuous
Yeah.
you're
creature.
120 feet ahead of us, I can talk to you.
Cool.
Message.
All right. So
Okay.
that I am a cat because I think that seems
Sure.
like the least conspicuous,
Like you're
but
gonna
also
see them around.
most agile because I can
Yeah.
hit Christmas on toast. I can hit rooftops and stuff like that.
I can hit Christmas on toast.
All right, so you become this cat.
Meow,
You start following them.
meow.
They're
Give you a head start.
marching down
Do not eat the cat.
Confectioner's Row. They, a little ways away from the door, they sort of look back and move off into a smaller side street.
Okay.
Give me a perception check. You're a cat, so
Good
let's
news.
say advantage.
Good news. If they try and untie him,
Yes.
it will take several minutes.
They don't
Okay,
need to
that's
untie
fine.
him.
That's not it.
I'm just saying, if they did.
That's not it either. 4.
Okay. So, I don't know, you're momentarily distracted by something, but you
Probably
know the
a
street
mouse.
that they turned down.
Okay.
You continue to follow?
Yeah.
Okay. You turn the corner on the street there, and there's a small pile of splinters of wood lying in the road, and no sign of anybody.
No, we only had so many chairs.
That's just honestly rude.
How much of this is does our do our characters say? None of it.
Well, she
Yeah,
can relay it to
I've
her.
given you the
yeah.
heads up.
It's a message.
Arden does not want to stand
It's-
any more than he must.
No entrance and exit into anywhere that is obvious.
Yeah,
It's
can
like alleyways and stuff.
Do we see like are there any footprints or?
He's slimy AF. There's no way he didn't leave a trail.
Do you get cat traits while you're a cat?
Can you
Have you
ask her
taken
if
his
she
boots?
if she sees rope?
Do you see any rope?
Do I see rope? Do I investigate further? Or
So yeah,
perception-y further?
there's rope lying around the chair.
Is it
The
slimy?
smashed and battered chair. Do an investigation of the remains of the chair.
Are they with me yet?
Sure, they'll catch up to you.
All right,
Yeah.
somebody else do it because my investigation is poops.
You've got good investigation.
Yes. Let's see. D20. Okay. 8 plus 5 is 13.
13?
Yes.
Okay. So there is a little ichor. Obviously, they were not super gentle about removing the ropes and smashing the chair while he was still bound to it.
Okay. So I got a question. How secure is that speaking stone? Anyone listen in on it?
The question is also that I have: how secure is Azorius?
Or were they waiting to save him?
He did not want to leave with them. I think they
that
were.
could have been an act.
I think they were people who he sold to.
Why would he have acted if he wanted to get our attention?
Why would he
I
not
don't
want
think
to?
he. I think he. It's possible that it was all a ruse for us to think that he's gone, and those were actually like associates in stolen robes.
Then why do anything? We would expect them to be Azorius.
Oh,
To tip us off at all would not be productive.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna say as you're having this conversation on the road around this smashed chair, you hear the patter of little feet, and a very small, strange creature comes running up towards you. It is maybe 3 feet high, has one large bug eye, and it's running up to you saying, "Wait, hey, wait, you,
Hi.
wait, hi, my master said, give you this."
Garda no read.
Now look over your shoulder.
If you guys want to read it to the chat,
Yes,
just
that's
making it,
what I was
Yeah.
like.
making it clear that you're
Yeah.
not actually reading it aloud.
Yes, that Harmadu is showing this. It says, "Do not speak. Your every word is being overheard. Give that insidious speaking coin to my associate. Then it will lead you to the back door of the clinic of Dr. Weredaughter. Trust nobody. A." And
Great.
is that a spoken word by accident? Just curious.
No, it's just inner like.
You don't look happy. What's hell?
No, I'm thrilled. I'm fine.
Don't talk.
I'm cool.
And so I sort of theatrically look in and show the speaking coin to all and hand it to the creature.
Okay, and the creature takes it, looks at it, drops it on the ground, and jumps up and down on it a bunch of times, and then like smashes it a little bit more to make certain, and pours like some solvent that it brought in a little
I'm watching
flask.
very interestedly. I'm very interested in this.
There's some sparks, and
What color
then
are
it
they?
picks it up, purple sparks.
Perfect.
It picks it up and snaps it in half, and says, "Oh, that was close. All right, everybody follow me." And
What kind of message was that?
A bad one. We're following this gentleman.
Okay.
We're going.
It has a monocle that's on its chest.
I already like it.
It pulls up the monocle, pops it on its eye, and then it's along its belt. It has a whole bunch of sort of scroll tubes, and it unscrews the end of one, and it pulls out a scroll and sort of glances at it. Glances at it through its monocle, and rolls it back up, sticks it back in there, and says, never lost, follow me!" And immediately starts leading you off down the streets. And I'm going to say we're going to take a short break there.
Follow Never Lost. That's his
We
name
will
now.
be back in about 15 minutes. Everybody take care and enjoy this music from Miracle of Sound. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
And welcome back from the break, everybody, for the continuation of episode 2 of Ravnica Rising. I am Andrew, and in the first half of today's session, we had a wonderful battle with some goblins who completely failed to do what they were trying to do, which was steal a scroll.
Garden would not let go.
You captured Slothar, the snake man, and intimidated him until he told you where he had dropped the Eye of Azor, and turned him over to the Azorius guards.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Who dragged him off and smashed the chair that he was bound to and disappeared into...
I hope they pay us back for
Somewhere.
that chair.
They won't.
I mean,
We won't get expensed for that.
that was personal property.
You have
And we didn't
also
bring it.
met a cute little homunculus with a monocle, and he is leading you down through the streets.
Oh.
It is not a terribly great distance that he takes you. He leads you a little ways away from your home to the area of Wayport, which is like an island rising up out of the entrance to the Golgari Undercity. Wayport has several large bridges that lead to it. It is generally a center of commerce, and it's where Tin Street is, a very famous commercial area in Ravnica. You're all very familiar with it because it's not very far from where you live. There's all sorts of shops and things here. And just off of Tin Street, there is a clinic, and it says over the clinic, Dr. Werdotir, general practice. And the homunculus leads you around to the back and raps a complicated sort of secret knock on the door, and the door opens, and you go into a back room, and there's a tall blue gentleman there, very calm looking, studious. He reaches down and pats the homunculus and says, Thank you very much, Flip. And he's very appreciative, and he says, all right, give me, for each of you, whichever is the highest for you, either perception, investigation, or disguise.
Disguise would be deception.
Yeah. There's no disguise roll.
Disguise.
Oh, okay.
Deception.
Deception.
Yeah. So our highest one of any of those?
Yes.
Now you roll 20.
Yeah, right.
Now you roll 12. Thank
Natural
you.
20?
Yeah.
So you
I have
have
713.
seen this gentleman before, but the last time you saw him, he was not blue, and he had hair, and he was driving a cart. This is the gregarious cart driver who, at the very beginning, was the cabbie who took you to the Azorius. So you recognize him,
Interessante.
and he says,
Indeed.
greetings. I have been following you for some time, since you are residing in my previous home.
Oh.
My name is Selak Abodes, and I would appreciate it if you would not let the city in general know that I am still alive.
Yeah, do you know that they're charging us rent? Do you see any of that?
So, it is no longer my domicile,
Okay.
since I have been declared dead.
Right.
Right, okay, never mind.
What was it? Something about a waterfall, wasn't it?
Yes. I survived that fall, but
Waterfall.
have not been able to
Thank you.
apprehend the individual who cast me off it, and am attempting to take care of that. But that's another matter.
Yeah,
I am interested in your particular matter, and have been trying to understand what exactly is going on, because I have something to show you. And he leads you to a table in the back of the room.
We have a table.
And on the table, there's a sheet lying over the form of a body. And he peels the sheet down, and it is a woman you've never seen before. And he says, "This is Almunda, Azorius Lawkeeper."
Oh, snap.
That's not great.
Uh-oh.
I do not know who the individual is who went to my old abode.
But we already met her. Not her.
Not her.
But her.
So,
No.
how long has this body been here?
So it was recovered 3 days ago in an alleyway.
Sure.
Can I tell how long she's been dead with a investigation check?
Sure.
I hope this isn't too like intrusive on a body. See. Okay, I have 11 and then plus 5. That's 16.
16?
Yeah.
So rigor mortis is no longer there, so it's clearly been a while. Some attempts at preservation have been, there's like spells of preservation on it, but it is well over 5 or 6 days.
5 or 6 days. And whoever replaced her had replaced her in the eyes of the Azorius, because the Azorius believed she was real.
They totally accepted that she had hired us.
Well, they didn't see. Did they see her?
No,
No.
but they believed that she had hired us.
So
They
they
don't
don't know
she's
she's
dead.
They don't know she's dead.
Does this mean what? Never mind. Ask that question later.
Can we tell how she died? Do we know how she died?
So I have some familiarity with various implements of death. It appears that it was a waylay. You can see here and here the stab wounds on her back.
Can I do a medicine check?
Sure.
Try and determine, like, maybe specific weapon or type of weapon,
Okay.
if there was poison involved or anything else. Yes. So that's an 11.
Okay. Does anybody else want to do a medicine check?
Sure.
Or
I don't think it's going to
investigation
do.
or perception?
I'll
I
do.
mean, I
Oh,
want to
perception
know
will
if I
do better.
believe what this guy's saying.
No, you need to get in the
Okay.
thing, please. Or not. 8 doesn't do me any better,
Do
does
I
it?
believe what this dude's saying?
Do a perception.
That's going to be a 21.
Okay. So, as far as you can tell,
Mm-hmm.
he's being honest with you.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, you don't know who it is who came to hire us, but the Azorius think we were legitimately hired.
Mm-hmm.
Did we get anything from that investigation or medicine check?
It was 11 on the medicine.
11?
8.
Okay. So yeah, it appears that she was stabbed in the back. Says she was found behind a tavern here near Tin Street, was brought to this location where she did pass away. My good friend Jin, the doctor here, Weird Daughter, investigated, and because she knows that I am still alive, had reached out to me. As I was researching this, I discovered that somebody was impersonating her. And of course, I was intrigued when this impersonator attempted to contact me and found you instead. It's not hard to deduce that something is clearly going on in the streets of Ravnica.
Yeah, that does seem to be a thing that's going on.
The false Almunda want us to find someone who would either fail at this investigation or succeed at something entirely different, which is causing a complete disaster that can be blamed on one or several other parties. And of course have completely useless peons to be thrown away at the very end of it. That being us.
So, question: you knew that someone could hear through that coin, obviously. Yeah. Do you happen to know what happened to Slothar and who those guys were that took him?
They must have been associates of the individual who is impersonating Almunda. I have my regulars attempting to locate them.
Okay, cool. Glad that's not going to be our job.
You know things.
What do we do now, guys?
Who would benefit from the missing thing the most?
Yeah, who wants that? Do you know?
Who wants to see the rule of law weakened? Azorius' rule weakened.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
There is a lot of conflict in the city.
I mean, we still need to get the eye back for Filmunda.
That's good.
Who?
That was really good.
Fomunda.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
I know.
The lady who's pretending to be.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Faux means fake.
It's good
I
to put
just
him in.
pat guard on.
I have to remember, he's not as smart as me.
have you
Gentle.
recovered the eye?
We have not. We
We've
have.
got a lead
Yeah, we
Yes.
can see where it is.
It was dropped off to someone in the sewer.
in this district, even.
We were gonna go check that out. I mean,
I'm assuming I've shifted back to Centaur, by the way.
Yeah.
I just realized.
we
You're
all had
still
to
a
make
cat.
room for you.
Have I
around the
uncatted?
Hold conversation.
It's like the cover of an Animorphs.
Yeah.
Right. But shifting back the other way.
Only halfway the other way.
Yeah, right.
So clearly, time is of the essence.
Yeah.
Whomever was attempting to get this, the Eye of Azor, what were your instructions if you've got it?
To give it back.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
probably through Almunda.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
So
we're not
prob-
going to do that.
Yeah,
so
we're
probably
trying to
two
Azorius.
two separate people looking for same thing.
I mean, the Azorius definitely want it back.
Yeah.
Whoever stole
So it
this.
still needs to go back
fake
there,
person.
like to the
Yes.
real
And
Azorius.
Azorius.
Yeah, so that's three whole parties.
We
that
just
are
can't
looking
give
for
it back
this
to Almunda or the
Right.
fake Almunda.
So here's the thing, like, it was stolen, and then there's someone else who wants it who isn't that. So there's
Who's
at
trying to
least
countersteal
three
it?
different groups who want it.
And then us.
And then us.
So four.
I mean, I consider us, for the intents and purposes of this, part of the Azorius group
Yeah.
that wants it back. I know. I don't like them
Wait,
much better.
did we
than
re-sign
mine.
up somewhere and I didn't know?
Okay.
No, we haven't joined the police academy yet.
Not yet.
That's the next movie.
Not gonna.
Buddy cop movies.
Oh my god.
So,
Our characters is a buddy
Buddy
cop.
cop.
so okay, Abotus, hi. What do you think? Do you think we're dealing with three separate factions here?
That is the conclusion that I had come to.
Great,
There
glad
was-
we're agreed.
Somebody who wanted this staff stolen.
Yep.
Clearly, the Azorius want it back. But
Yeah.
in addition to them, some third party is attempting to get it through this impersonator.
Right.
My phone, I have one sitting in the back of my car.
I mean, I think we gotta get it, one way or the other.
Yeah. We still need to get it.
The impersonator knows its location.
No.
No,
The
they were
impersonator-
using us to find it because we're disposable, I assume.
Knows we had lead and prisoner who had
Yeah,
information.
and took the prisoner.
Did you have the speaking coin on your person when you interrogated him?
Yes.
Yep.
Then they know where it is.
We should get.
We should
moving.
get going.
Go.
To the sewers.
Time
Okay.
for poops.
You know, that's very hurtful.
Listen.
No. I think she needs to go to battle.
If you have
Never
need
mind.
of
I'll
my
be back.
help, can contact me here. But again,
Okay.
I have other things going on. Do not spread the word in the city that I am alive.
We'll ask for
I
the
don't
doctor
even-
then and let the doctor get us to you.
Yes, Jin will absolutely assist you in this.
Thank you.
So you guys are off to the sewers?
We're off to see
Yeah.
the sewers, the wonderful sewers of District whatever.
Okay.
What time of day is it?
It's getting on towards evening now.
On the 29th.
Is it safe to be in the sewers at night?
Yes.
Sure.
Evening of the
That's
29th.
fine.
Tomorrow
Anytime
is the
of day.
30th. The day
I mean,
after
there's
that
really no difference in the
is
light down there anyway.
Investiture Day.
We do have light that comes in from like the sewer grates and stuff.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
It's
Yeah.
not like it's midnight all the time. down
Yeah,
there.
I mean,
And
you have
we have
lighting.
some really cool moss that glows. It's very nice.
I like things that glow.
It's very ambiance.
Very mood lighting.
Yeah.
When we eventually get to the point where we go into the sewers, the very first thing Gardon's doing is casting light on the end of the spear.
Okay.
Get a little illumination.
It's basically a torch at this point.
That's cool.
Until he stabs it into somebody and then the light goes away.
I mean, I've got a bunch of actual.
No, then the
The light goes
torches.
into the person.
The light
Yeah,
goes
and then
into the
they just
person
glow.
and they glow, yeah.
So we're going down into the sewers.
We gotta find where this drop was.
Yeah, we gotta-
We
Yeah.
know-
I'm gonna have to shift
we
back
know
into
which
something that
sewer
can
grate
fit in
it-
there.
that was used. So we gotta
I
find
mean,
it.
sewers aren't cramped.
Yeah.
No,
But getting
I am
down
a
into
horse.
them.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't climb the ladder.
We have
You can
rope.
shape
I
it.
lower
There-
you
there
down.
are
That's what I'm
other
saying.
Oh, yeah.
entrances to-
I lower you down.
Yeah.
Just an elaborate pulley system.
Can you shape it?
Do you-
You're just
can-
a smaller horse?
So you're in
Do you think you
Wayne,
can form
and
some kind of
the
rudimentary
grate-
lathe?
The grate that Slothar said he threw the thing down was here in Wayport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you can find a nearby sewer entrance
Yeah.
to there.
I'm pretty good at that. So
Okay. So as you head into the sewers, it's, the undercity of Ravnica is not a filthy, dank pit. It is a city underground.
we take care of things down there. We
Lit
yeah.
by lichens and such. It's still got sewage running through sewer pipes and such. But it's also got a thriving community. It's also where they have the fungal farms that feed half of the city of Ravnica.
They're called rot farms and spore farms.
Yes.
They've got good mushrooms.
So
Can you eat
Good
those?
for risotto.
Oh yeah, totally. They're really good. I've got like
Makes good risotto.
yeah, I may know someone who can get you some good mushrooms.
Oh my god.
When you say
Sorry.
know someone to get good mushrooms.
Good mushrooms
well,
or good
He's a spore
mushrooms?
farmer.
I mean, Gardon doesn't know the difference.
It's like his
Yeah,
job.
Tasha does.
what's the marching order?
I mean, I know the
You know,
Undercity.
you
I'll
two,
be
you've got the
following-
light and you know where we're going, so
Yeah.
you two are in front.
Yeah. And I'm actually gonna put on the shield, not the spear.
I like
Just
to be in the
to.
middle. I feel safest.
Hey,
Yeah.
Andy, can
Yeah.
I see? Do you have the Ravnica guide?
Yeah.
Can I see it for a second?
Sure.
I want to check the wording on the Undercity paths.
Feature.
Now, does it count on 2 units or just 1?
While you're Amanda, I want to get you to provide me with like
A description of the Undercity.
find your way through the Undercity
Gotcha.
tunnels to get to that grate.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Undercity paths. You know hidden underground pathways that you can use to bypass crowds, obstacles, and observation as you move through the city. When you aren't in combat, you and companions you lead can travel between any 2 locations in the city twice as fast as your speed would normally allow. The paths of the Undercity are haunted by dangers that rarely brave the light of the surface world, so your journey isn't guaranteed to be safe. Okay, cool. I just wanted to check the wording on it. So I'm doing a roll on a leading us through the Undercity?
Yeah,
Roll?
give me a leading us through the Undercity roll.
What do we want to make that? Do we want to make that like a stealth roll or?
No.
Generally, traveling is survival, I think, but I don't know about city.
Survival would make sense because it is your sort of natural terrain.
Okay. 15.
Oh.
No, 14.
Well,
No,
14
15. 15.
Okay. It's a 15 or a 14?
It's a 15.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought I had rolled a 12, but I rolled a 13. So.
Math.
So you're able to navigate the Undercity. You find your way to the location of the dead drop. How are you guys traveling? Like, I've got the order, but give me a description of how you're going through the
Shield and
the
spear.
tunnels.
There's, there are walkways, and, like, the way I've always sort of envisioned it is there's, like, a trench in the middle where things are flowing, and there are walkways to either side and
Yeah.
periodic, like, little bridges that go over, so I'm sort of leading people down the right walkways, and I'm keeping an eye out for things, because I know this area, not, like, intimately, but I know this type of area, so I know that things can spring out and surprise you, and there are beasties down here
Okay.
that aren't friendly. So I'm keeping an eye out for things.
And
as
it looks
we're
like I'm bringing up the rear, so that's probably.
Perception
I mean, you and I,
checks
yes.
all around?
Sure.
15.
Ooh, nat 20.
Oh,
Nice.
20.
Plus
I
5.
have a 10.
6. Gardon is
25.
distracted by stuff.
So
Cool,
everybody's
you can stay.
making their way in the light of his shield. You spot that there are definitely a number of fresh footprints in the muck, which some of them are going the direction you're going, some of them are going the other direction. It looks as if somebody was maybe looking for something down here.
I point those out to everyone else.
Huh.
Check it.
All right.
Those are sure someone who has been here before us.
You find, you come to a culvert, and there's a dim light coming down from above, moonlight coming down through the grate, because it is now nighttime. And in the light you see a large pile of dross that's come down through the sewer grate. And yeah, it's just sort of in the center of this culvert, this big pile.
Okay.
Accio eye. Sorry. Oh man. Wrong.
Are
wall.
there footprints like around the edge of this?
Perception check.
14.
16.
16. Okay. So possibly, but they're not human footprints. As you're looking, you hear a skittering, scraping noise, and rearing up out of the muck are a quartet of giant centipedes.
No,
Gross.
I don't like it.
Guys. Okay, so yeah, we have giant centipedes down here.
Are they friendly?
Not usually.
Gross.
Ooh. Oh, I have.
However,
You have a thing.
I have both, who do you call it? Animal friendship and the ability to speak to animals.
Okay.
Should have gone that way. Would have taken us straight to the eye.
Can I convince them to speak?
So they're not intelligent animals, obviously, but
Can
you
I speak to them
yeah,
soothingly and
you can
encourage
speak to
them
them
that
soothingly.
we don't mean them harm?
And you get a sense from them, and it's sort of like disturbing nest. More come. Why?
So-
we drive off. We drive all off. And they start like rearing up and
Everybody back up. This is their nest.
Certainly back up.
This is their
Absolutely
nest.
back up.
We're not here to hurt the babies.
I definitely back up because I'm aware. I'd be familiar with these things.
Yeah, that you
and
don't
know
meddle
like,
in the nest of a giant
the
centipede.
nest is a thing to leave alone.
Can you ask them if anyone left anything in their nest? Buried something here?
They probably wouldn't understand me if I did that, would they?
Ask for
Okay,
foreign
so-
object.
Oh yeah.
Food drop. Food come from above. Bodies.
Anything not food?
Food, bodies, any not food?
Stick?
Stick, ball, brick,
Rock.
rock. Shiny?
I think so. This is more. It's not so much a persuasion check as it is a communicating to a
Yeah.
centipede the notion of something that's not edible. If you want to give me a persuasion, though, just to try and communicate to them what you're trying to describe.
Behavior, you're going in timeout with your brothers. 10.
Okay. So they sort of, they're not entirely certain what it is that you're asking for.
Not food.
They
Is there anything like
they chitter at you about rats and about clumsy humans that tried to get something from their nest, and that they drove those things away and they ate the rats because they're yummy and crunchy.
Agreed. It's good eating.
Not a lot of meat.
no?
Still
Well,
good eating.
Yeah.
What could we give them that they would like in exchange for whatever it was in their nest?
Food.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
Can we like charades a thing? Or like, can we demonstrate with any, like, are there rocks on the floor that could be like something like this?
Okay. So you're trying to like pantomime or like make a
Yeah.
mock rod or something like
Yeah.
that.
This is a performance check.
Rod. Spear.
Probably.
Sure. Does anybody have like a stick?
Spear.
I do. I have a quarter staff.
Okay. And you like put something on the end of
Like,
it to try
yeah,
and show them
like
what it
this?
is you're looking for? Sure, give me a performance check.
13.
Okay. So one of them like turns around and slithers down a hole into the nest, and it's gone for a couple of moments, and then it comes slithering back out, and in its pincers it has a long rod with a big round sort of gem on the end of it, and it sort of spits it out and says, "Not food, no use, not food."
Thank you.
Definitely not food. Can we tell if this is?
The thing. It's
What
probably
does it
covered-
look like?
It's a stick with a.
It's a stick with a thing on it, but like, is it
Does it meet
the stick
meet-
that we want?
Yeah.
Is it our
Does
stick?
it
Is this
meet-
our stick, or is it too covered in slime
description.
for us to know?
It meets the description of the object that you were given by the guard back in the chamber.
Do they have names?
I have. Do they have names? Have I learned their names in this process?
I don't think that they have the necessity for names.
They don't have pronounceable names.
Yeah.
They don't have
You
we
could
bring them food.
obviously name them. I mean, that's the thing you
Squiggly,
do.
Wiggly, and Steve.
Okay.
We bring them food for thanks.
Yeah, we bring them snacks.
Okay. They're very grateful. And, yeah, they tell you, you know, you're much nicer than the last ones who tried to invade their nest. They kept, like, thrusting pointy things into their nest.
No,
Rude.
that's not nice.
No, that's not cool.
So
No.
never.
Would never. Don't harm.
Putting the spear behind my back.
Would never.
He
wouldn't
would tell
have done
them,
it.
like,
Wouldn't stab us.
just in case this isn't the thing that we're looking for, because like none of us are Azorius and we've never seen it. In case this isn't the thing, can we tell them to like not let anyone but us try to get the thing? To like it was good that they guarded that nest and to continue to guard it really well.
Okay.
So we're not going to take it?
We're gonna take
Oh,
that,
okay.
but
This
just
one.
in case this isn't the
Oh,
thing
okay.
we want.
So they
If
still
you see
think
another one, will you hang on to it for us?
You feed us, you friend.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It's how a lot of things work down here.
That's how most animals
I think
work.
I'll get
That's all
along
right.
with everyone
You-
down here.
looks like you have something to add.
Well, it's just that I have the perfect spell on my list, but I didn't scratch it in as one of the ones I prepared, and I don't know if I can retcon that I prepared identify.
Cast it as a ritual if you have the time.
Yep.
Okay.
10 minutes.
Okay, I would like to
Identify
cast
and-
identify.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah,
So,
just take some time.
okay.
We
You
have
just
10
you just do it.
We have
Okay.
You don't roll for
Hang
that
on.
one.
Thing.
Yeah, we'll
You
hang
just
out.
do it,
Okay.
We're not fighting now.
So
and it does a couple.
while
things.
everybody is sort of, they make a perimeter or something,
Yeah.
and
And I'm busy petting the centipedes to keep them
Yeah.
calm.
I take out, I have some rations, and I take out some of my rations and just like,
Do you need the spell up or?
no.
at them.
That's the spell, by the way.
So you cast Identify on it, and it has some fairly esoteric bits to it. It's a very complex magical rod, but not a weapon, obviously. It's intended for some ritual purpose.
That checks out.
Yep.
Yeah.
That sounds like the Eye of Azorius. It's not a weapon. It's meant for the Investiture Day ritual thing.
The Azorius really like symbology.
Yeah.
Does it look at all triangular?
Yeah.
Azorius
So yeah,
aesthetics.
the
The top
round
of it is
portion of it, the round head of the staff, has a big triangle carved into it,
Yeah,
and little
that
circles
seems
around the
alright.
triangle.
That's the one.
So unless there's some kind of elaborate scheme to substitute a slightly less magical rod for the real Eye of Azorius, I'm going to say that this one is it.
All right.
I think we found it.
All right, but how do we get it out of here quietly? How do we get it out of? How do we hide this thing? Is it taller
Are
than any of
there
us?
plants down here?
Yeah, totally.
Like with leaves?
yes.
Can we wrap it
Well,
up in those?
Not so much leaves, it's more fungal
Yeah.
plants.
Like
Well, I mean,
moss.
there are things with leaves, but they're not like big,
They
broad.
don't photosynthesize
You know, yeah.
in the way that you would expect a leaf.
Could we wrap?
All of us are seriously
Well,
into cloaks.
There's rags and stuff down here.
Yeah, we
I'm
just need a
sure
cloak.
we can find like some burlap and like
We wrap.
They
Strap
said,
on back.
They said bodies. Cloth is not food.
no,
Guaranteed.
it can be.
Yeah.
I've known people who kept moths as pets. So
Yeah, but these are centipedes, not.
I'm just saying, you never know what else is living around here. But there's definitely gonna be some stuff we can wrap this in.
We wrap. Strap two back.
Yeah.
And where should we go? Should we go to Inspector Abodes or
Blue
should-
Man.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Blue
Let's.
Man.
Yes.
Okay.
We don't know who to return to.
Yeah.
That is
We
true.
trust him, not anybody else.
But
Also, he totally was able to get a cart to get us to the Azorius in the first place.
yeah.
So we could theoretically hitch a ride from him to return this
Yeah.
without having to worry about hitching a ride from someone we shouldn't be hitching a ride from.
Right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Okay. So
Right, we
you
go
go
find
back
him.
to
So we
the
wrap in
doctor's clinic
rags.
with it
Yeah.
wrapped in rags.
Yes.
You get there with no further
Incident.
incident, and the doctor allows you to go back into the back room. And Abodes is sort of sitting there. He's meditating, and he's like, "Well, that was quick."
We made friends.
Yeah.
Many legs.
You have the item,
Yes. Yes, we do.
and
Currently, spear is still in hand because
Okay.
I'm carrying it because that's on my back.
so you bring it out for him.
Well, it's on my back. Yes, we have it. Unless you guys tell me to take it off my back. Yeah.
He has a scroll, and he has this illustration, and he compares the rod to the illustration, and he sort of cleans it and inspects some of the runes that are written on it. He's like, "Does appear to be the Eye of Azor. So what's your intention now?"
I think we get it back, right? Like, what else are we gonna do with it?
I mean, we should give it.
Absolutely.
Hang it in our home. I'm kidding. I kid.
Yeah, I mean, what are we gonna do
The,
with it?
the
We're not
very
gonna
tricky
counter
part.
ransom
The
it.
very
No.
tricky part is
Inquire this. Why was this so important to you?
Money.
We were
Yes,
getting paid.
you're gonna pay
Yes.
us. We gotta pay
Rent's
rent.
due.
That's it.
But my associate says that you should have no problem with money. And he points to his little
Why would we have no problem with money?
Because you opened my cache. You
There-
had the millennial eggs.
No.
Those
They were delicious, but they're
Those were a gift from Jared, Golgari Lichlord. They were worth a fortune.
they were really good.
well, now I understand why they were that tasty. They're very expensive.
Well,
I didn't know liches laid eggs.
Me neither.
Nor did
That's
I.
That's a thing.
I may need
Oh,
to
no
not
wonder I
talk
turned
to
undead.
someone in my guild for a while.
I can't imagine that's good for the digestive tract. Lich eggs.
That's probably fine.
There wasn't really like any labeling on them or anything. They were just eggs
under
the
floorboard.
floor, and
Should
a
label
lot of-
expensive things.
I blame myself.
There's a lot of things that have taken up residence in our floorboards, more than usual. In fact, that is a thing that I have noticed, that we have a lot more benign creatures, like bugs and measy mice and little.
Not something I had noticed when I was living there.
Well, it's a new development. We now
La-
have more friends. I don't
Landlord
know if they're
is
just friends
not
with
as-
me.
I
Landlord
only
is
have
not
the
as
one
good.
beetle.
Yeah, me too. But I mean, I've made more friends.
I haven't.
I think she's
Well-
calling us bugs.
Not you.
No.
You're too big for that.
I mean, I've been called worse, but my point being, we needed the money.
Because we were not aware of the gold mine that we apparently were eating.
For breakfast.
Oops.
That's great.
Sorry. Harmatu actually eats mainly dried fish and is just looking at everybody with a look.
Eggs are normal to eat. That's normal.
I mean, them being in the floor is a little weird, I must confess, but
Not
But
in
where
Golgari,
else
it's
would you
not.
find floor eggs? Not in ceiling.
Those would be
Carson, I
ceiling
love you
eggs.
very much. I love you, sweetheart. It's never change, my dear. Never change. Where else would you find?
Did you have any of the eggs?
No.
They were really good. You should have
No.
tried
They
them.
were.
We just ate Fabergé eggs, you guys. Like, I don't. Oh my god.
Weren't even cooked.
Oh, criminy. Okay.
So
Point remains. What the heck do we
do
do
when
with
you
this
have
thing?
So
They're sweet
we
games.
we're poor.
Yeah.
Still,
Yeah, we're still broke. And
So we turn it back in for the reward,
Yeah.
and then we pay rent.
but we got to bring it to the Azorias and
From the
not-
real Azorius.
Problem
Yeah.
is the deal that we were getting paid was with someone who is not that person.
It's true.
So we rat her out for not being the real person.
Can we take body?
Can we take?
This sounds
Guard
like
dog,
a
we can't just
spectacularly
roll through
bad
the streets
idea.
with
Like
dead
maybe
body.
that
Get a
would be
cart.
Bad
I don't
for
know if we should do that.
Like, hey, we found dead friend, and
But,
and
okay,
and
And
raw.
then
how do we let them
prove
know that we know
that
Elephant
that's
Man.
not the? But no,
without giving away our new friend here?
Yeah.
We
not
found
some-
body. Body is older and been dead longer
But how
than.
would we know
Jin-
that the body that we found?
does she have ID on her?
Jen Weredaughter has a reputation as a writer and a chronicler, and they would not be surprised if she herself was occasionally caught up in some kind of caper
That's a good
without the appearance of her friend.
This is true.
So we could say that with the help of Dr. Weredaughter, but not the help of Inspector Abodes, if of course she's willing to be part of this.
Identify body.
Yeah.
And just
So-
because we don't know body does not
Selleck
mean
goes and like wraps a complicated wrap on the door and waits a couple of moments, and Dr. Weredaughter comes in and you explain to her, and he explains to her this proposed solution. She says, "Fine, yeah, this works well for me. It's not exposing my friend to any further danger, and I don't believe there's anything further that we can learn from this sadly deceased individual. The only reason that I hadn't notified the Azorius already was that Selleck was investigating the matter of her demise and the imposter."
So how do we safely call the Azorius?
We don't.
We don't.
We take carriage
Yes.
That's
on their money.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
As soon as we turn the body over,
We should have known something was hanky, because she wasn't, like, gonna tell them things. She was telling us she could only get us so much money.
Listen, this
and-
isn't. We're not trained for this.
And they did want to keep it very quiet.
yeah.
I'm on Rumspringa. I'm not going to law school.
I'm just.
Boo man.
I don't like being.
I forget his name. That's the only reason I just.
I don't like it.
Seluk.
Makes me angry.
You pretended to be cart driver before.
Yes.
Could you do that again?
Okay. So
This way we
Joseph
don't
gets
have.
his disguise kit,
Yeah.
and he starts putting on makeup, and
Very impressive.
And I watch very intently.
it takes probably about half an hour because he's very precise with it. He glues on eyebrows and puts on a wig. And
Where did Blue Man go?
Uncanny.
yeah,
It's amazing
right?
how someone with such a distinctive face is apparently a master of disguise and can create, turn themselves into a redheaded. Well,
I just
Sorry.
happy it not glasses with
Soon
nose.
the
Well,
the
yes.
cart driver is back in front of you, and you all get into the cart, and it's getting quite late now. It's probably about midnight, and it's the 30th now of Jazo.
Just in time.
You set out onto the road and go back to the Azoria Senate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm looking at. Gardon is looking out the window of cart.
Perception checks as you're clopping down the road.
Will you? All right, you
Assuming
go
we're
first.
in the. I don't know if we're in the cart or
behave.
not,
20.
but
17.
18.
So, Avenant, there is definitely you spot somebody following the cart as you get nearer to the Senate, but they're not interfering.
They're just
You just
following.
spot somebody who, ducks back behind a corner, and then you spot them again a little bit later. So they're following along.
What do they look like? Do I notice like anything like?
Well, I mean, it's very dark.
Okay.
You have dark vision, though, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
So do I.
I have superior dark vision.
Oh,
Fancy.
Yeah.
better than mine.
It's like daylight,
Investigation.
basically. That's a 4.
Yeah.
I have +5 to investigation, and I rolled a 17. That's a 16 plus 1. Can I do an investigation check?
Sure.
Okay, so. Oh crap.
9.
9 plus 5, and so 14. Does that help?
Trying to shove it over.
So you catch a glimpse of them,
Okay.
and it could be the imposter Amunda.
Do you see someone following us? Hey, hey! And you look.
Just barrels. I don't see nothing.
So there's like a cloak maybe, and
Yeah.
I have dark vision.
I'm like nudging my friends.
Yeah.
Guys, I think I see someone following us.
What do we do about it?
I don't know.
Can
We
try to
just
tell
need
if
to
it's like
keep an eye
a
out.
man or a woman?
No.
Can we tell anything about the shape?
We can't maybe.
Keep going.
Well, I mean,
I looked.
yeah.
They think it
Uh,
might.
Harmatu looked.
Harmatu looked
Yes.
and thinks that it might be the imposter. But they're not interfering, they're just following.
Yeah.
As soon as we get this body
We
back,
just need to be real careful, guys.
we made it.
Did
anyway.
we rewrap the stick, by the way? I assume we
I mean, I
rewrapped
assume
the
it's
stick.
concealed
It's
in the
Yeah,
cart.
concealed in
we
the
wouldn't
cart,
walk
'cause we're
around
in
with
the
it
cart now,
open.
so.
Right.
I think
So this
coming
this
out of
this
the
cart,
house, we would've
or
had
is
it
this
wrapped.
inside? Like, are we just walking next to it? Are we in it? Are
So
we?
you tell me.
Well, I just didn't know how
Yeah,
fancy
how
this
I have
cart
to be
is.
next
You
to
have to be
it.
next to
so
it.
Yeah.
I'm too big.
But it's
I
like
have
a
an
taxi
idea.
cart.
Yeah.
Spot
Okay,
does
so we're
not
in
fit.
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm in
Yeah.
it.
This
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm riding with the body. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. As soon as we get this body back,
We gotta be real careful.
yeah, we're gonna.
If we get that far.
Should I?
I have an idea. It's a blunt force idea, but I'm not sure how far away this person is. If I could put them to sleep, then we could possibly throw them in the cart too on top of the body. Is this a good
I
idea?
was considering this. Yes, I was considering backing up and hoofing them.
Okay.
Sleep is probably more subtle.
Yeah.
Listen, I am a centaur. I'm not
Okay.
subtle.
So
I lose all stealth checks because of the clop clops.
Go ahead and cast sleep.
damn
That's
those
how it is.
clops.
So,
You tell me that's not what it is.
for that, so I roll a d20 on this?
No, so you target an area, and then
Okay.
you roll. I think it's 4d8.
48.
And that number.
And that
of
number
hit
of hit dice,
of
yeah.
Enemies.
Okay.
I will bring it up to
So
get
you
you the
need some
exact
D8s
number
or
I
d8.
have
D8s.
more D8s.
Okay,
I have
great.
more.
Here's a D8.
Here's a D8.
That's still
Thank you.
cantrips.
Everybody's D8s. That's so nice.
Got enough?
Okay.
I think it's I think it's 4.
Okay, that's not great. That's 3, 2, 2, 1. So that's 5, 8. I guess.
Sleep. Give me a second here. It is 5d8.
5d8.
Oh,
Okay.
one more.
Roll one more.
One more.
Thank you. That's 5, that's 7. So that's 12.
12.
Okay.
Okay. There's a thump, and the cloaked individual falls asleep on the ground.
Okay, it's like
Apparently,
okay.
they
I'm gonna
are
go.
not a very high-level individual.
Okay,
I will
great.
go pick them up and haul them over my back.
It is Almunda, but not.
The false
The
elf.
false
The full
Almunda.
mel-
Fomunda.
Fomunda.
One moment. Rope.
Attach.
Hands. Feet.
Secured.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've secured the prisoner.
Yeah.
And now,
Does she have any money?
Yeah, right. Let's
Actually,
maybe don't thieve.
yeah,
Are
cleric.
you sure?
We have to turn her into the cops.
Right, but will they know that she didn't have any money on her?
Gardon gets back in the cart. He can't do that.
Let's
what's your
not.
alignment?
I can.
He is a neutral good.
Oh, okay.
He probably could if
I
because it
could.
is for the better good, but he is.
I mean,
We're not going to get paid
What's your
otherwise.
alignment?
Yeah, good.
yeah.
Harmato
True
is
neutral.
Harmato is lawful neutral, so he thinks it's a good idea, but it's squeamish.
Yeah.
We won't
It
get
walks
paid
line.
otherwise.
I'm going for it. I
Yeah,
check the pockets.
Let's look for
I mean, yeah. Let's check her pockets. Actually, though, step one,
That
check
I
her
like.
pockets.
Yeah.
You find about 50 Xenos.
when we take them.
Yeah.
No, I meant check her pockets like in general.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
For
she
anything.
has daggers, and she doesn't have her armor or her sword or her or any Azorius identification on her. Do a investigation check.
Gardon.
Okay. In her
If
pockets,
nobody has
so-
a complaint, Gardon is gonna take two daggers. If she has two, into
So
daggers.
it's 15
That's
plus 5 is 20.
There is a concealed pocket in her cloak, and you find a.
I mean, in fairness, she was strapped to me, so I don't think I would have been able to check her
Yeah.
pockets anyway.
I can reach it.
Oops, you find a symbol in it. I'm trying to find you an image of that symbol. It's a
I lost the
blue
money,
and black
by the way.
badge.
Oh,
I
no.
already know what
I
it is.
figured it out. Jules figured it out.
I haven't figured it out.
Andrew did.
I've played.
My character probably hasn't.
I've done a lot of reading
Maybe
lately.
not.
I see.
I have to familiarize myself more with it because arena.
Oh, they don't actually have it. Oh, here we are.
I'm gonna say,
It
is
looks
it,
sort of
is
like-
it a spider?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks sort of
Oh,
like a
dear.
white spider
It's the Demir,
carved
That was my
into
thought.
a blue badge.
may or may
I
not
see.
actually exist.
My,
No, they exist.
you know what's great?
Just the extent of their activities is not necessarily well known.
It's great because I had a thought once we figured out there was an imposter. I'm like, oh, this would be perfect for them. I'm like, nah.
Are you
Nah.
Lazav? You have to tell me if you're Lazav. That's the rule.
That's the rule.
No, Andrew, not Gardon. I was like, yes, that would be
That- yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Jules is going, are you
Got it.
Lazav? You
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to tell me if you're Lazav.
No.
Oh, yeah, even
No.
better.
Okay.
Nice. So, Sarah.
Cassia probably has no idea though. Just like,
Yeah, Gardon wouldn't.
Sarah,
know.
Are
if you
they
wanna
spider
show it to
friends?
Chat, just hold it over.
Oh, over to
over
chat. I've seen
there
it. I
for
know what
chat.
that looks
Put it
like.
in this one.
So do we need to make an Arcana check to know, or?
There you go.
Could
Spider
Gardon make
friend.
an intelligence check to see it, know if he's
What it
seen
looks
that
like.
somewhere else?
All right.
I mean, you're familiar with the notion of libraries.
Yeah.
You've seen
Pictures he knows. Words
This
not so much.
symbol has something to do
Guys,
with libraries.
I don't like
Okay.
this.
No.
Like, so, Golgari, we're in the Undercity, right? And the Demir, they're down there too. We try to avoid them.
I mean, as far as I understand, they try to avoid everybody else.
Why?
They're just sketchy.
Well, that seems hurtful.
No, they're certifiably sketchy.
Oh.
That's their thing.
That's their deal.
Oh.
Like, we do the plants and animals.
They do the sketchy.
They do the sketchy.
I don't want to get involved in them.
Oh,
I think it's too late.
I am not
think we
touching
are.
them with this stick.
It would be very nice if we could end our involvement when we arrive at the Senate.
I mean, yeah, that's
However,
really what we do.
try.
That's what we do. We just give them both and go, I'm not touching it.
Cool.
By the way, not touching.
No touchy.
Yeah.
Get that off of me. Please detach this.
I would not pin that to the ground like a squiggly goblin.
Okay, so heading onward to the Azorius Senate.
Yeah.
Should we say that we need to wake up the Loxodon Pontiff Ozov?
Yeah. Yep.
Because
Yeah.
He's
we
the only
want
other
to-
one we know.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
because it's
Orov.
important.
Orov.
Yes.
Because we don't want to talk to anybody low level who will tell us to come back. We want to talk to somebody now, and we have our
Yeah.
letter. We have our barrel
Yep.
letter, so we can say, you know,
Okay.
by this authority, we need to speak to the Pontiff now.
I'm gonna sit with Blue Man.
Who's sitting with blue man?
Except he's not blue.
Well, I know that,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
but they know who I mean
Yeah.
because I keep forgetting his name.
So
So, like,
you come to the gate, and the gate is closed because obviously it's like
midnight, yeah.
It's nighttime.
midnight. And a guard comes out and says, "What's your business here?"
I have letter.
Oh, you have the letter now.
I don't know actually.
one of us has legal.
One of us.
I thought
We
that
have
I
letter.
did. I
Okay.
thought that I did, and I was like,
We
I'd
have
say,
letter.
by the authority vested in us, we must speak to Pontiff Orff. I know that it is late. It is that urgent.
Okay. So he glances at the letter, and he does the little hand wiggle, and it glows, and he's like, "Okay, wait here." And he runs inside. Posts another guard. Runs inside. You hear eventually heavy footfalls coming, and Orov shows up. He's
Nightcap.
yeah, exactly. Nightcap. He's
Elephant like him.
He's got cinnamon,
His
he's
little
got, he's got
spectacles on
cinnamon on his face to make it look like he's got 5 o'clock shadow.
Cinnamon.
obviously disgruntled to have been rousted,
Terribly sorry about this. This is incredibly important.
and he recognizes you. Obviously, he's like, "You lot again."
We have sad news and good news.
We have a lot of news. We need to come inside immediately and get somewhere private.
He waves
And
to the
safe.
guards and lets you guys in, and you guys come in. Are you?
We need to carry 2 bodies and the Eye of Azor. Who's got the? Can you? Carry?
I have the imposter strapped to me.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cloak over the imposter and strap to back for the.
Okay.
Yes, and the deceased. Harmatu will carry the deceased. They're kind of a wiry dude, but
I mean,
yeah.
Gardon can have something strapped to his back and carry a person.
Okay. And the cart.
Thank
turns
you,
around and
cart
he-
person.
Yep. Cart person, you absolutely don't know at all.
I didn't go that far.
Thank you, Kathy.
He starts heading out.
Thank you.
And you guys head into a side chamber, an investigative chamber, with all your odd things, and Pontifora is sort of looking at all this stuff.
At the
It's
two
like,
body shapes coming into the place.
It seems to me you have a tale to tell.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But we also have the Eye of Azor, and I believe you will want to know that first. It is here and it is safe.
And he unwraps it, and he's like, "This is wonderful. The ceremonies tomorrow can happen. This is
Great.
you have earned the appreciation of the Azor."
So here's an important question: is there any reward for this or payment? Because we've got some other stuff that happened.
And we lost a chair.
We lost
And he says,
Yeah, we'll need to expense a chair.
he says the bursar is abed at this time, but I will absolutely, you will be provided if you will stay overnight with us.
Sure.
You will be
Certainly.
provided with coin in the morning.
Wonderful. That's
Great.
Great.
Great, because
That's
We'll
good to
say
know.
100 Xeno each.
How much was rent?
Better than nothing.
yeah, we'll
Yeah.
start with that.
How much was rent?
Do you remember how much rent was?
A lot.
I have it written down in a
Couple
second.
thousand maybe?
Yeah. I have it written down. I'm looking for what we're supposed to get paid, but it doesn't say that.
Hey,
And
you know
Let me look at my
what is
notes.
you have these two
Yeah.
corpses?
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
500 zibs. That's
You
what it was.
you saw our
No,
authorization
that's
letter
To get
from
paid.
the,
No,
to do
she's
the
giving us
investigating
that every day.
from
It was more,
Lawbringer
it was a lot.
Almunda, correct?
Yes. This
And
is
the
the
seal-
letter you've provided me with. This.
Yes, and it's and you verified that that's authentic.
Yes.
It was given to
it
us
came
by
from Almunda.
It was
this
given to
person
us
over
How do you
here.
know that it came from Almunda?
because it's her like.
It has her
has
seal. It passes the check when we.
So here's the problem, is that this person gesturing to Fomunda, this is who gave that to us.
Not Almunda.
Yeah, we
No.
noticed because
Because
we
this is
found
something.
her.
Oh. Oh. Well,
We're sorry to be the bearers of this bad news.
that explains why she hasn't checked in a week.
Yeah.
And the so the person on her haunches is the person who hired us and gave us that letter, and
They followed us here.
yeah,
We found them following us, and
She's just
and we're
sleeping.
pretty
She's
sure
sleeping, we didn't
her
harm her.
associates took the thief who stole the eye originally, and we don't know where he is
You
now.
captured the thief.
Yeah, but we reported in to who we thought was Almunda.
you can see how this. Yeah.
We can tell you his name though.
Lothar.
Slothar.
Slothar.
Okay.
I don't know.
The other
Hand
no
on head,
slippery.
not in character. I don't know the blue man's name, but I know his name.
That I
We-
will look into her pocket and show the
the Demir
yes.
insignia.
He'll-
we
he'll
also
know
found
right
this
away.
in her pockets.
Ah. So, the rumors are true. That there are information brokers that are not simply librarians.
Apparently.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, in the Undercity, we kind of suspect that sort of stuff. We try not to deal with them.
Do you know why she hired you?
Did not get around to talking.
She wanted us to get the eye and call her when we found it.
So presumably she wanted it. What she wanted with it, we have to wake her up and find out.
Wake her up.
Can we do that with this sleep spell?
Yeah, all she has to do is take
water.
damage, or yeah,
Yeah.
all she has to do is take a point of damage.
Okay.
Does anyone have the create water spell?
Actually-
Just like
I actually do, but I'm not going to burn a slot on it.
Give me a second.
Do her a poke.
Yeah.
Have Nibbles do her a bite.
She's bound right now?
Oh, she's bound.
She is strapped
Okay.
to my
Very
butt.
bound.
She profoundly strapped to my butt.
I can create a faint odor with Druidcraft in her nose that'll wake her up.
Yeah.
That's a
excellent.
cantrip?
Yep.
Okay.
Something real stinky.
Skunk.
Hi there.
Nice.
Madam Inspector.
Ah.
Or not.
Dun dun dun.
See you next month.
You've got some spinning to do.
So. I suppose you have questions?
Yeah, we do. Several. First of all, whomst? Whomst the heck?
My name is Dala.
Daba.
Dala.
Oh.
Dala.
D-A-L-A.
Good, I heard Donna, and I was just like, well, that's anticlimactic. Donna.
Donna.
Donna would. Good, I'm glad. I'm glad we all got
Here's
there.
the wrath of
I heard
God.
What was the
Daba.
name? Dava?
Dala.
Dala. Like Dala horse?
Yes.
Cool.
I had been assigned by my superiors with the task of recovering the eye in as private a way as possible without drawing too much attention. I had thought that the inspector would be of assistance in this matter. The theft was alarming to the Demir, the people that I work for. Because we don't like it when somebody else tries to be underhanded. It upsets the order of things when someone else is attempting to engage in subterfuge. And doing it, I must say, in a very haphazard and slapdash manner. What with the murdering and the blowing things up. We simply wanted to know who was responsible, why, and what exactly the Eye of Azor is. Because we've seen it used in ritual, but we haven't had an opportunity to inspect it ourselves.
I mean, presumably for what it is, you could have just asked somebody.
Yeah, certainly you have people who are high-placed scholars, and I mean, you people are librarians. You could write a paper.
I will say, the eye is an ancient artifact, thousands of years old, and the Azorius, she looks at Orov, are not the most forthcoming with their secrets.
Yeah.
What I'm hearing is you've
never
had...
meant any of you any harm, and I made every effort to provide you with recompense for your services to me.
No, I'll get more money than selling it to like a shop.
But what about the real armor?
I was not responsible for that. I was not involved. I came into possession of these documents that she had on her person. They were provided by
Go in the pool, friends.
a corpse picker who found her body before anybody else, provided me with these items.
Do I believe her?
Give me a
Yeah, I'd like to do an
perception check.
Yeah,
insight.
I want to do that too.
Do you want perception or
Tell
insight?
me what I rolled.
A 9.
Or an insight.
That's a 13 for me.
24.
Plus 5, 20.
24.
I rolled a 6.
Gardon, you feel that you know very well the difference between truth and lies. And she appears to be perfectly truthful in her current statements.
I believe her. I untie her feet
Okay.
so she can sit and be somewhat comfortable. I'm not untying her hands, but
Okay.
Allow her to be upright, not strapped to snuggling my
And
horse
Orov is
torso.
would have kept this for yourself during this most auspicious occasion. I will see that you are prosecuted to the utmost of the law for your deceptions.
Happy Investiture Day.
but I'm not guilty yet.
Most litigious time of the year.
You guys have any other questions, or?
What is to be done with I now? If other people are still looking for it.
Well, Orov says, I mean, the ceremony is tomorrow evening. After, during the celebrations.
Yeah.
So thank you ever so much for returning it to us. It's going to be used in the ceremony.
Do you maybe need to consider some increased security on the matter?
This is definitely a wonderful recommendation. Thank
I
you.
happen to know some people looking for coin. Sorry, I can't even do it with a straight face. I can't even do it with a straight face.
I assure you, we have guards that are capable. Now that we know that there are forces in the city that are attempting to get this.
I don't mean to offend. You've been very helpful. How do we know you are not also deceiving us? We've had like 4 or 5 betrayals right now.
Yeah,
We're in a hard
how
time
many,
in
how
our
many
life.
levels of betrayal are you on, bro?
What is it exactly that you are requesting?
Why don't we stay here this evening,
We were
as,
going to
as
stay
you
here
suggested,
anyway.
We're
as you
staying
suggested,
anyway.
and we hold on to it until tomorrow, and present it to whomever does the ceremony thing.
Or you can post your guards
Yeah,
too.
they can
but
be there
we
as
would-
well.
We
Post
just
your
want to
guards
be
with us.
With us.
Do a persuasion check.
Yes, Gardon will persuade. That did not work. 3. Intimidation he can do, but he's
Also
not
3.
trying to offend you.
4. There you go.
18 plus 5.
23.
Yeah, no.
The scaly one, I believe. Very well.
I'm covering
very
everyone's
smart.
I
butt.
will set a guard around you and the eye.
Very well.
You know, I'm going to sleep a lot better knowing that we're being guarded too. Even though I don't even sleep.
Whoever didn't get the eye may find it much easier to get us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, our apartment is we do owe the rent on it, but also that doesn't come with security.
No. No, not
All
remotely.
right. So you spend the night. He takes the imposter off, and
Presumably notifies
Feel bad for her.
real Almunda for
Yeah.
her next of kin.
guards are.
End of
Yeah.
day,
You
she's
guys
just
are
trying to
provided
find it
with
too.
a chamber with comfortable beds. Guards are posted around it, and as the morning arrives, you hear the din of drunken celebration in the distance.
Hey everybody, it's Jen Day.
Yay!
Investiture Day has begun. The investiture party.
Begin investituring? Investituring?
It's all very officious. It's the
Yeah,
most
well, so-
officious parade of all.
There is, the parade, and there's the celebration, and there's people getting drunk in the streets,
Yeah.
and there's all this, and then behind the scenes where you guys are, there's, people putting on robes.
A lot of very
and
stressed
there's-
out law mages.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of pomp and ceremony that has to happen, and
Before we begin the
Yeah.
day, honestly, just because I'm curious, and I've never done this and I want to do it, I forgot my character's name. Gardon. I'm like,
Alright, how drunk is Gardon right now?
yeah, right. You're getting an early start.
apparently I am. No, but he uses Druidcraft once more, but he wants to check out the weather for the next 24 hours
Oh, okay.
because apparently it
Good.
shows different effects for the weather.
I was wondering if that's what you were going to do with it.
Yep.
Okay. So
It's a
check,
big day. I
check
want
the
to know.
weather for
Check the weather
Investiture Day.
forecast.
Exactly.
It's going to be slightly cloudy in the morning, but it should break up in the evening.
I share
0%
this.
chance of showers. Yeah.
Cool.
It
Is
should
it
be a
good parade
glorious,
day?
bright,
Good parade day.
clear night.
Cool.
Little cloudy in morning keeps it nice and cool,
Yeah.
and then clear out.
Um,
Just light.
Does a wizard recover a spell slot overnight?
Long rest. Yes.
Yes,
That's a
yes.
long
All of them.
rest.
Yeah,
so-
all of
rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your
You
hit
recover
dice,
all
your
of
spell
them.
slots.
Right.
If you're spending any more hit dice, if you weren't already back up,
Right.
you get half of your total back. If you only spent one, you're back to full.
I'm healed full.
Yeah.
And you guys are awarded a sort of backstage view of the whole ceremony. As the day wears on, the new judges are eventually brought out, and there's a big plaza and sort of a stage erected at one end of it.
and amplification spells cast at the front of the stage so that the judges can be introduced, and a slightly harried-looking but young-appearing gentleman in a long blue robe and hood is brought out onto stage to take part in this. It is Jace, the Living Guild Pact,
Oh, yeah.
is here on stage.
I've seen the Rakdos with little puppets of him.
They said he
Because
was one
this
to do
is-
this
I saw
job.
that puppet show.
This is
Yeah.
a
That was
ceremony
really- that
that
was kind of- it was
requires
really
the
funny.
Guild
He
Pact.
was really funny.
Yeah.
They were kind of mean to him, but like, maybe I'm Jace. I'm the Guild Pact. Maybe.
He's clearly got better things to be doing with his time. But, you know, this is Investiture Party. This is Investiture Day. He has to be here.
I thought he'd be taller.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
Puppets add 10 pounds.
The plaza is filled with people,
Be more
all
tan.
cheering, and they've got versions of the little flying exploders that don't actually explode, but just sort of pop, throwing confetti. So those things are flying up into the air, and confetti is flying around, and it's sort of scented confetti. So you're getting sort of a smell of, you know, pleasant spring.
Scent of Azorius.
Yes.
Yeah.
Smells like
Only about
Praz
books and
is the
flowers?
equivalent of
And lawsuits.
May. So this is effectively May Day. So there's partying, there's drinking, there's this, and then the judges line up, and Jace is given the eye. You guys allow them to have the eye.
Yeah.
Uh,
We trust
and
Jace. I mean, like, all right, you
uh,
brought him. It's probably
the-
fine.
Yeah, he's probably.
The judges line up, and they're going to come out one at a time in front of him, and he's going to raise it up and have them take their oath of office.
I insist on holding one part of
The
the rod the whole time.
light from behind him comes down through the eye, and as he raises it, there's a earth-shattering explosion.
Oh, I don't like.
Jace is thrown to the ground.
Crap.
The stage is destroyed. People are thrown back, and Orov is there, and he looks at you guys and he says, "You
You told us it
arrest
was.
them."
You told us it was the eye.
You said it was the right thing.
You
We
didn't
found
think
it.
to check it to make sure
He
it
did.
Guards come pouring out,
It's him.
surround you, and that's the end of
Triple.
today's adventure.
It told you triple
Being
betrayal.
bamboozled again.
Why does this keep happening to us?
Why do you all keep doing us a bamboozle?
We'll be back next month with another adventure in Ravnica Rising.
Where we all have to break out of jail.
Oh
I
boy.
love a good heist.
Thank
This isn't
you
really much of a heist.
ever so much for
Jailbreak.
joining us, everybody. I hope you had as much fun as we had.
Throw the spells in the air.
Flip the table.
You still have.
I
an
need a little. It's
exclusive,
kind of a
right?
heavy table. Just,
Unless
no,
I
this
stomp
time.
it.
We will announce the date of our next show on our in our Discord and on our Facebook page, and all of us will be tweeting and talking
I'm
about
saying
it.
on the tweet.
We look forward to
Yeah.
seeing you again next month. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye, everybody. Have fun. Whoop, whoop.
No, it's fine.